Ready? Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Sports Dynasty Podcast live show of the NFC. My name is Trevor, also known as Marquise Foxborough, and this is Juan Medina. How's everything feeling, buddy?
I'm trying to figure out why you started mumbling.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm really tired, but
that's not an excuse. Who cares?
You're right. It's not an excuse. Who cares? But we have a lot to talk about today. Got some NFC action. This is the last week of preseason, so we're literally just 13 short days away from first Sunday. I can't wait. I really can't wait for that. It's kind of like Christmas for us. So
I miss paradise.
It does. My Sundays will actually mean something at this point. At that point, until then, we're almost there. All we do is wait and just put our hands together and get ready for it.
While our motorcycle passes us.
Yes.
Beautiful bastard.
Anyway, so you guys don't know. The link for the live show is in the group. All you gotta do is post. All you gotta do is click on the link or copy and paste it. If you're using your phone, copy and paste the link into your browser, and boom, you will be in. Simple as that. If you're using your phone, copy and paste it. If you're on your laptop, you can just click on it, and then boom, there you are. It's really self-explanatory.
Yeah, you could just comment too. Just there.
It's comment right there.
Chat's the live chat, and I will read your chats out loud every time you go.
Yes.
So
awesome sauce. Anyway, I'm really excited for this.
Sorry, Selena's joined.
Got people in the chats, so we want to bring them in right now.
Yes, we are.
Yes. Bringing in is Tulio.
What's up, y'all?
Show.
What's up?
How's it going, bud? And
hey, I'm doing all right.
And for our Vikings fan, it's Cesario. Welcome back, bud.
Welcome back. Well, thank you for having me.
No problem. You ready for the show today? Ready to talk some Vikings?
Yep.
You have to wait for that, though.
Yeah.
They actually won a few games, so you have to wait to get the action.
Now, last week took a long time because everybody was really good in the NFC. So this is the part where we just make fun of the teams, most of the teams in the NFC, and then we get to the good parts probably later on. But the early parts will be like just making fun of them and just laughing hilariously.
Mm-hmm.
More or less, if they deserve it, yes.
Mm-hmm.
It is the wonderful old NFC. So speaking of which, I'm gonna get more people in eventually. But should I just start or like?
I mean, I'm gonna like couple more seconds though. Post this real quick. We'll let people come in real quick, but right now, I'm sending more people the link. There's people sending me the link right now. So
yeah, because we got some Detroit football to talk about. That's the first team.
The Detroit Lions. Damn, where's Braxton if you need him, man? Remember him?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, cool guy. So
Detroit Lions.
Yeah,
bring Braxton. Bring Braxton or Justin.
Oh, you remember? Yeah. I'm trying to see something real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Got real quick. Let me check real quick.
I'm not gonna spend that long on though.
No.
They can stay on.
What's good, Tulio? What's up, Tulio?
Yeah, what up, man? How you doing?
Pretty good, Tulio. How about yourself?
Can I get some burger sauce?
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing good, man. I'm just listen, man. I'm going all in because I literally
I did it too. Yeah.
I left home at like 4:40 something, and I'm still on the road. I only ate breakfast this morning. That was before. It's time. It is time for me to get on this grub, man.
Yep.
And I was at least on my way back to the Bronx when I was talking to y'all last time. I'm all the way in Woodbury, like Woodbury Commons. Do y'all even know where that's at?
Yeah, I know where it is. Yeah,
I'm all the way up there.
Anyway, so we can get started now. People can join in when they come on right there. Everyone has the link.
By the way, we got Alex Sims from Sports Dynasty Basketball.
Yes. Well, hello, sir.
Repping a specific jersey.
Representing famous Jameis.
Hashtag balling, baby.
You get that jersey on clearance or something, or?
Oh nah.
Ooh.
You pay full price?
Hold on. That's my guy, bro.
Yeah, famous Jameis, man. Famous Jameis balling. Hashtag balling, right, Alex?
Oh, my God.
30 for 30, ESPN.
balling when? Back at Florida State?
No one is told. Don't play him.
I'm not. I'm just saying. Injury prone.
Last year,
man.
last year in Tampa Bay, he was balling.
Oh,
They asked him.
what, 30-30? 30-30? That's
He's
balling?
still balling though.
Oh,
5,000
stop
yards.
it.
He's balling.
You people.
Come
on, man.
He's in enemy territory.
I'm about to listen. He threw more touchdowns than picks blind. That's impressive.
That's right, actually. He was
Matter of
blind.
fact-
He was technically blind though.
I'll see. I'll wait to see how he does in a full season with his contacts or eye surgery, whatever he had. Then I'll make my judgment.
Now I understand the skepticism. Don't get me wrong. But I believe it.
Man, I see. You see, for you to go that deep, I see. I see.
Yep.
Man, I'm not.
LASIK
Wow,
James.
wow, that's all I gotta say. Goodness gracious. And I thought people going in all in on Mac Jones was bad.
It's all good. It's all
My
good.
jersey's in the package.
I could have
Still in
believed
rotation,
people.
so.
Mine's is still in the closet. I haven't worn it yet. It's still in the closet.
No. I'm not even talking to you. I'm talking about people that did it like right after the draft. Right after the draft.
We actually waited a while. So
You know why? You know why I can't jump on that anymore? Because you guys already know my Brandon Cook story. You guys already know that story.
we know.
That's
We
why.
know.
That's why it takes. That's why after that, after you have a that kind of, and then you see this motherfucker in Houston doing his thing now. I'm like, hold on, man.
He's playing really well in Houston. He's probably one of those players that does really well with no expectations, but the fact that he's finding the good team,
that's the Lions fan.
then yeah.
And speaking of Lions, our good a friend of mine. This is Jeremy. Smoking Jeremy, a Lions fan. There's a lot of Lions podcasts, so you want to check him out.
I'm actually very happy I waited.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. How you doing, bud?
I feel fantastic. I watched Dan Campbell's press today. He said some pretty good things.
All right, cool. I'm actually happy you're here. So we can get started with the Lions because the Lions are actually first on our list, actually. Anyway, so
nice.
we're talking about so basically the premise of this show is we're talking about the best case scenario or worst case scenario for each NFC team. So since the Lions finished last year, so they're on our list. So first of all, what is your take on the Lions coming on for this season? Like, what's their best case or worst case scenario? What things you liked coming on, and how you feel about them?
Best case scenario, I see worst case scenario, let's go bad first. Worst case scenario, I see 7 wins because the depth of talent is so much better than what we had last year, and there's no reason to expect them not to double with the weakest schedule outside of the NFC East. No reason to expect less than 7 wins.
Okay.
Now, the best case scenario, it would be 10 wins. Now, I'll tell you why. There's 8 winnable games on the schedule. There's 4 toss-ups. There's 5 games that, well, let's face it, they shouldn't be in, right? So if you win at least 6 of those 8 games and then win 2 of your toss-ups, you're at 8 wins right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then all you got to do is upset the team, and they can do that. They did it last year.
Makes sense.
I have one specific question. It goes to the player. So you guys drafted Jeffrey Okudah, I think it was 2 seasons ago, 2020. He was injured to start the season, and then he came back during the Matt Patricia versus Darius Slay fiasco, and which he didn't come in with a fair shake.
Right.
So now
Slay was already gone.
Yes, exactly, and that disgusting excuse of a coach. So now that he is in year 3, now in year 2 with Dan Campbell, what do you think Jeffrey Okudah is going to come out to? Is he going to be able to live up to that 3rd overall pick status, or?
And anybody who expects him to live up to the reach that Bob Quinn did doesn't know football. It takes 3 years of gameplay for a cornerback to develop into a good to great starter. Guess what? He's only played 11 games. He hasn't even played a full season yet. He played 10 of them with a coaching staff that couldn't develop a Polaroid picture, let alone a player.
Okay.
Okay.
He only played 1 game with Campbell and AD.
Okay, I want to ask you a question, Jeremy. So you said best case scenario for you guys is 10 wins, correct? 10 wins, correct, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, people are obviously. I know that you're really high on Jared Goff as well, right? So if you say they're gonna win 10 games,
Actually,
right?
I'm not as high on Jared Goff with the roster we had last year. I'm higher on Jared Goff because we built this roster to emulate what they had in 2018 with the Rams with that offense. Rams had a top 3 O-line in 2018. The Lions have that. We don't have Todd Gurley, but as a running back room, we have more talent depth than what the Rams had in depth when Gurley got hurt.
D Swizzle and
Then
Jay
you can
Will.
add in the
I'm
fact
very
that
high on them.
if you add 3 speedsters versus the 2 speedsters they had in 2018, and 2 of the best route runners in the NFC North, in Quintus Cephas and Amon-Ra St. Brown, that looks like a pretty healthy wide receiver room, don't it?
It does, yeah.
100% does.
All right. Before I could continue, I'm going to introduce Skull Johnson, Vikings fan, big Vikings fan in the chat. What's up, brother? How you doing?
What's going on with y'all, man? What's going on? Hey, how's it going?
What's up, Skull?
I know Skull very well.
How's it going,
Yeah,
man?
you got some division rivals in this right here, so it'll be really good.
I see Jeremy.
So Jeremy, so saying that you were 10 wins, like obviously Jared Goff is the
bridge.
It's the bridge. Like do you see, even if they win 10 games like this year, right? Do you see it in a situation where you're looking for your next quarterback, or you're still going to ride with Goff until you find something else?
I'm going to correct that a little bit. I said they can win. That's the best case scenario. I'm expecting between 7 and 10 wins. So here's the thing. Let's say Goff, if Goff plays like he did at the end of the season versus what he did with Lynn's play calling. Because there was 2 different Goffs you saw. As soon as the play calling changed, he had 74% completion percentage through those 6 games he played. He had 11 touchdowns and 1 interception. Under Anthony Lynn, he had 7 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. That was horrible.
I think as far as Jared Goff, man, I think if he balls out this year, they're gonna give him a contract. But if he doesn't at least meet the expectations, bro, I think they're going quarterback in that first round next year.
All right,
pretty much.
So
under contract till 2024 for that O-line.
Okay.
All right, so question for Skull. So from the outside looking in as a Vikings fan, what do you think is your best and worst case scenario for the Lions this season from your point of view?
For the Lions this year, I've got them definitely doing better than last year. I got them finishing ahead of the Chicago Bears in the very least. I'm thinking about 6 to 9 wins, anywhere between 6 to 9. Third place, I just think that they want to at least see some improvement, man. You want to at least double or triple the wins from last year, man, given the fact that you got to remember the Lions, a lot of their defense was on IR last year, man. A lot of their defensive guys weren't out there. Goff didn't have much to throw to besides St. Brown. I think it's going to come down to Jared Goff and whether or not, some of those linebackers over there can step up. Because linebacker and safety are their main problems on defense, I think. And safety, Tracy Walker's pretty good, but safety isn't the hardest position to play on defense. I just think if that front 7 they put together can do their job, man, they should be a pretty good overall team. The Lions should be pretty hard to beat. It's just like the Vikings, man. They got to come through clutch at the end of the game. We can't be losing these fucking games by 3 to 6 points and fucking it off in the last 2 minutes,
Yeah.
Okay, I'm asking Cesario. Cesario, from your point of view, also being a Vikings fan, what is your best and worst case scenario for the Lions?
The best case for the Lions is they need to stay healthy. And I see them winning about 7 or 8 games this season. Their worst case, if the worst case is their defense. I don't know about their defense, man. I'm not too solid. Don't get me wrong. They added Aiden Hutchinson, but their worst case scenario is their defense.
Okay.
Okay. We basically kept the same defense and added to it, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Pretty
And that
much.
defense still managed to get 36 sacks. That was ahead of 7 other teams in the NFL.
Right.
Adding Aiden Hutchinson and the over-under in Vegas, they expect him to get 8.5 sacks. So let's say he hits the over. Where would you guys put it at?
Well, it just depends on how the rest of the defense is performing.
I'm about to say the secondary got to step it up.
8.5 sacks would be a damn good
But I
deal
mean-
for a rookie, if you ask me.
Yeah, it is. Because
would
Chase
be,
Young, his
but-
rookie year, only got 7.5.
It would be, but I mean, one player ain't gonna change the whole fortunes of that franchise that's been downhill like that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not just saying that. I'm talking just the defense. I ain't saying it's changing the franchise. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. I said we got 36.5 sacks with the players that was on the roster.
Well, Jeremy, you got to understand the Vikings
all
were
of them
number one.
are still here.
The Vikings were number one in sacks for most of the year. We ended up finishing number 2, but their defense overall was still ranked like 28th. So you can get 1,000 sacks and still be a bad defense. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. I'm just saying we weren't that far. We weren't as bad as everybody made it out to be because we were in 12 games, won 3 of them, tied 1, and lost the other 8.
True. So I'm gonna ask
Lost a lot of
Alex.
questions, I know.
Hold on. I'm gonna ask Alex, what's your best and worst case scenario for the Lions from your point of view?
Best case scenario, I'm gonna go 9 wins, especially given the fact that, what kind of the point they said earlier, they were in a lot of close games last year, and hell, they lost off a game-winning field goal off a Vikings kicker that, that's usually witchcraft for them. A 66-yard game-winning field goal by Justin Tucker.
That shouldn't have happened though.
They got robbed on that
If
one.
you actually paid attention, if you pay attention, that didn't happen. That
play clock
kick
was
should have
dead.
never happened because number one, when the play clock hit 0, the right guard jumped. Then over a second and a half, almost 2 seconds later, they hiked the ball. So that was 2 penalties on the same play that didn't even get called.
Oh, see, I didn't see the jump, but I knew that fucking clock was dead.
Yeah, I knew the clock was that. I didn't know about the
Yeah, the right. You go back and watch. You go back and watch it. The right guard jumped.
And then the
And
NFL
when the
gave
play
the
clock
Lions.
hit 0,
they get
jumped. People thought the ball should have been
Yeah.
snapped.
The NFL gave the Lions an apology a week later, but it didn't help them much.
I can't stand when they do that. It
Yeah,
was
I can't
Right.
stand
That's exactly what
Yeah, I hate that shit.
Piss
It's
me off
exactly what
even
Dan
more.
Campbell said in the presser.
Right.
He goes, "What do you guys want me to say?" He goes, "Goodell or some official from the NFL offices is going to call us either Monday or Tuesday morning. They're going to say, 'We're sorry, we got it wrong,' but they ain't going to change the score and they ain't going to change the record."
Yep.
Yeah, so
You got to think nowadays, man. They give you a big fine. Yeah, they give you a
Right.
big fine for talking
Yeah.
about the refs nowadays.
So continue with saying, Alex.
Continue.
Yeah, so he didn't talk about the refs. He played it right.
And then you got that 3 to 4 game stretch where Jared Goff was batting on an oblique injury, which between the Steelers, Browns, and Bears, and they were in all 3 of those games. With a healthy Jared Goff, they would have won those games.
No,
And-
he only had the injury in the Steelers game, which we tied, and then he was out for 2 games, which was Tim Boyle.
No, he was out for the Browns game. He was in the Bears game, but still injured. The Browns game he was out. You're right. With him, you're right. And the Falcons game, he was out as well. So they were still in that game.
And
So
we damn near won that Bears game on Thanksgiving. They won it on a lucky career-long field goal with the rookie kicker.
and Charles Harris actually
That damn near hit the upright.
right. Well, Charles Harris actually had a pretty good season with 7.5 sacks last year. Finally after him getting out a few years ago, and they added to a receiving coach that was ridiculously horrible, and they still got 2 solid running backs in DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams. So this team improved immensely and got one of the best lines in the league Hence why.
Oh yeah.
And I think they're gonna be second in that division with. And worst case scenario, if everything just falls off the rails like in Detroit fashion, I'm gonna say 4.
Detroit fashion.
But
Tulio. All right, Tulio. Your
Yeah.
turn. That's the worst
All right.
line of your point of view.
Worst case scenario, 5 games, but I do like that running back tandem with D Swizzle and J Will. I like them a lot. I like the coaches that they have, and I love the passion that Dan Campbell is bringing. That team is a different mentality right now, and because of that mentality, I'm going to give their ceiling. The best that they will do is win 9 games. They got something going over there. I don't know what it is, but I can feel something starting to shift.
I think I know what it is.
I can feel it. And I think they got 2 first-round picks coming next year too.
they
They
do.
do. Yes, they
You
do.
just know when teams are starting to have a shift. This is it right here.
Right.
You just know when they got something starting to roll the right way. And I said the same thing about the Jets in the last podcast, and I'm saying that about the Lions this year. On this one.
Yeah. I won't say
the
for the Jets,
The Jets making moves, boy.
but for the Lions,
are.
I think the
Yeah,
number one
the Jets are
reason
making
why
moves.
this is
You
turning
guys hear
around.
about the Giants?
What about the Giants?
Did y'all hear about the Giants?
That's who's next, by the way.
They got 13 players listed injured on their site right now.
Oh yeah,
We're gonna get to them in a minute. We're
Yeah,
almost done.
damn.
With this. We're gonna get to them in a minute. But they're next, actually. But I think the reason why the Detroit Lions are turning a new leaf is because of culture. That man,
There you
Dan
go.
Campbell,
You said it, the C
deserves
word.
so much credit for what's been going on the last 2 seasons or a season and a half or so. That you're smelling, the players actually want
To be
to
there.
be there. They want to be in Detroit. They want to play. They want to be a Lion. Something I feel like I haven't smelled since the coach's name, the one we always talk about that was good.
Caldwell.
Matt Patricia.
Jim Caldwell.
Oh,
Caldwell. We should never fired.
Even further back than that, players haven't wanted to come to Detroit since Schwartz. Nobody wanted to come here with Caldwell.
Here's the good though.
Yeah.
Detroit was still good.
Well, I'm
We're
going
just
by
trying to
the
make a
last
point.
time they were actually relevant. That's what I'm going by.
Just making
They
a
actually
point.
made the playoffs. That was
But
Caldwell.
Juan, you said my
So that's
favorite
why.
word, culture. Juan, you said my favorite word, culture. That word, people don't understand the impact of that word right there. That matters. Culture matters.
I just wrote an editorial about this, and I said the culture is changing in Detroit from the
It matters.
ownership all the way down to the practice squad players. Every single one of them have said the same thing. We're looking towards the playoff, and you guys can laugh all you want, but that
laughing?
mentality goes a
Ain't nobody
long
laughing
way
at
in
all.
that locker room.
We know something's cooking. Ain't nobody laughing around here. We know
Hell
we
no.
know
The
what's
GM,
up.
the GM been being smart too. The GM being a smart. They finally got a smart GM over there too. That motherfucker, he raped the Rams. No Vaseline with that deal he made.
Well, you know what the Reds
Convince the
lost.
Vikings. Convince the Vikings to trade
assistant GM right now?
F them picks. You know the Reds philosophy.
Who is the assistant GM?
I don't know who the assistant GM is
That's
over there.
because the Rams had their defense basically. The Rams had their defense basically set. They were just missing a few key pieces here and there in spots. The biggest thing that they did that helped Stafford out, because Stafford started to look like the Stafford everybody complained about. Remember towards the end of the season, all the pick sixes?
Yes. No one's
They
talking
picked up
about that, by
OBJ,
the way, but yes.
and then to shore it up, they added Von Miller.
Nope, that's a great
Yeah,
point.
that's like the NFL,
great
bro.
move.
Hey, the Rams is like the NFL version of a super team, bro. No bullshit. You can't. It's hard to
And
keep a spot on that
the
team,
reason
bro.
why
That
they're able
they
to
have
afford-
flaws in.
Everybody's like, oh man, they only got $30 million. How are they going to pay all these guys? There's a rule in the CBA, and it's called cash over cap. If you are a good team and you want to spend over the cap, you can dip into your own personal profits to pay players.
Yeah, and that owner makes a lot of fucking money. He's one of the richest
clunky,
owners
yeah.
in the entire NFL.
I thought
actually.
that was
why it
illegal.
works.
No, it's not illegal. That's how they're able to do it. They only had $30 million in cap. How the hell are you going to give Aaron Donald 33 million a year, Cooper Kupp another 30 million a year, and Stafford 40?
And they signed. Didn't they sign Allen Robinson too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're
And
getting
they
ahead of
signed
ourselves. No
Allen
Rams talk.
Robinson.
Hold
We'll
on.
talk about them
Cash
later.
over cap. They were
We'll talk
able to
about them
borrow
later.
20% of their of the profits to put back into the roster.
We're getting too far. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
They won the Super Bowl.
Okay.
They were fourth in the
Fourth
stand.
seed,
We'll
yeah.
get there. Let's talk about more disgusting teams. You know, like the New York Giants. They are next on the list.
Yes.
Oh.
So as we all know,
This will be faster. So
This
there's
will
no
be
Giants
yeah.
fan here.
So this is pretty easy right now. We all seen the debacle here. And that was the New York Giants. We had Joe Judge, who's absolutely pitiful, disgusting. The offense was one of the worst I've ever seen ever. This is the same man that decided to do a QB sneak on third and long. So that's one thing too. So they have a new coach, Brian Dable from Buffalo. The offensive coordinator for Buffalo is now headed the Giants. The assistant GM from Buffalo is also the GM in New York now. So they have made moves. They also brought in Tyrod Taylor, to back up and who knows, probably give competition to Daniel Jones. Now my question for you guys is this. Obviously, I think we all know the answer to this question though, but how do you guys see? Do you guys see a new direction, or is it the same old? Because remember, the last 6 years they've had a new coach every 2 years. So do you think this is a different direction, or we'll wait and see, or this pretty much the inevitable is going to happen?
I'm gonna say wait and see for now, because I'm feeling like after this season comes up and they win like 5 games, if that, I feel like they're just gonna clean house the whole entire roster and just start anew.
Rebuild.
Get out there, get them and stink.
Yeah, get them and stink, exactly. So this year they're gonna freaking suck, obviously, but maybe as time goes on, he can actually get the team that he wants that can actually play the way he wants them to play.
Does that include Daniel Jones?
No.
Oh yeah, Daniel Jones. He's probably gonna be gone with the ship too. You gotta think they might have a slight chance because the division they in ain't the most competitive. But I think Eagles and Cowboys is a little bit past their level. But Washington, they can hang with Washington, man. You gotta think that's why they say every given Sunday, bro. If they can win a couple games they ain't supposed to, and you know what I'm saying, and gain some life. But I'm just not that sold on Danny Dimes yet, man. I know his dad influenced it heavy to get the job, but I think he'll definitely probably be on the chipping block, man. They might try to ship him out.
I actually like Daniel Jones though, but the problem is he's had one of the worst situations you could ever ask for in his first 3 to 4 years as a starter. His line has been complete garbage, which leads to his number 2 overall pick of a running back being hurt all the time. The receivers can't stay healthy, and they pay all that money, especially for a guy who couldn't even catch a touchdown pass at Kenny Galladay. You had a tight end who couldn't catch the ball. As well as your defense is garbage. Again, he's been set up to fail since he got drafted.
Yeah,
and it's true. I'm not saying he's a world beautiful quarterback, but
Galladay's bad.
Yeah, Galladay, and that the way he played like 2 games a season, don't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just about.
He's trash, man.
Since he left Detroit.
He was supposed to go high in fantasy, but he lasted for a very long time where I'm like, you know what, let me take a chance on him. I've got my starters picked. I've got 2 other receivers picked. I might as well take a flyer on him just in case. That's how bad he was projected to be.
Okay.
Last year in fantasy. And this year I'm like picking him.
Now, last year he was really bad.
And here we go. We might say this more than once today, but here we go with the situation matters more than anything, especially when it comes to a young player. Forget just quarterback, player in general. So when he got drafted, you've seen the state of the New York Giants, and to believe it or not, it was a lot better than what it is now. So now that he's gone through what he's gone through, it's tough for quarterbacks like him, quarterbacks like Sam Darnold, the way Alex Smith was raised up 15 years ago, how the dude had nothing until he finally got Jim Harbaugh. What, 6 years after he was already in the NFL? Like situation matters so much, and my heart goes to players like that. I do feel bad for him. He's shown flashes throughout the last 3 years that he can do something, but there's always something, whether it's bad coaching, whether it's bad players, whether it's injuries. That's what happened last year, because he actually was playing pretty decent last year up until he got hurt. Like it's always something, and it hurts. It sucks for Giants fans.
I'm not gonna forget what Darius Slayton dropped that wobble touchdown pass against Washington with Daniel Jones do a dime to him. That was just tragic.
It's sad, but
Yeah, Ingram and them guys got to help him out, man.
That also tells you what Alex Smith was made of.
Yeah, because the minute he got a coach, he was good. That's true.
Maybe Alex Smith was that dog.
Oh, before we go highs and lows, let me ask a question, because Dable is now getting towards the quarterback whisperer title.
You could easily put out Josh Rosen.
I know, but he fixed Josh Allen. So, do you guys think there is any shot that Brian Dable will quote unquote fix Daniel Jones and make him a viable quarterback for the New York Giants?
No, unless the roster gets better.
Maybe, but there's too many goddamn turnovers. There's too many turnovers.
I'm about to say that too.
That's a good point.
He turns the ball over way too much.
I did call him Danny Fumbles for 2
I
years
don't
for a
think
reason.
Turnovers, man. I don't think he can fix turnovers.
Yeah, and them guys got to help him out, man. Barkley got to stay healthy, man. Ingram and them guys got to catch the ball.
Ingram not even there no more.
I don't even know who the tight end is.
Ingram ain't there no more?
Jason Jackson.
Ingram can't even first of all, Ingram's not
Oh,
going
shit.
Who the hell is the tight end?
Yeah, he was mostly just a blocker. He was just a premier blocker most times anyway.
Yeah, he was true to trash.
He was garbage, yeah.
All right, now highs and lows.
All right, we're gonna start with Cesario. What is your highs and lows for the New York Football Giants?
My high, they win 8 games. Low, they win about like 6 games.
Oh,
so probably the middle, basically the middle.
So I'm hearing that you like Brian Dable. Then if you want to win 6 games is the least, then that's pretty good faith in the New York Giants. Okay.
Really,
Brian Dable might be a quarterback whisperer, but I don't think he can help Daniel Jones.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna go next. I think for me, the high for them is 6 to 7 games, and that's not including Daniel Jones. I do think that Tyrod Taylor is gonna start some part of the season and win them games. I watched a lot of the preseason games. It seems that he just flows better with the offense because he did play under Brian Dable's system years ago in Buffalo.
That's I was supposed to ask you that. I was about to ask you that. Okay.
So he was there, so he understands the offense a lot better than Daniel Jones coming in as in like, hey, this is a brand new offense you got to learn. So honestly speaking, as much as I want Daniel Jones to succeed, I just don't see it happening. Is he going to be injuries or just a one game where there's a really bad play and they said if they screw it and they bring Tyrod Taylor in there and Tyrod Taylor finds a way to hope, heaven forbid, doesn't get hurt or that bad happens to him, because the last couple of years, it's crazy. But I truly believe that their high is 7 games.
There we go.
Taylor, honestly speaking. So that's me. The low for me, honestly, I say 4 to 5 games. There is growing pains. There's a lot of things they have to fix, but for the most part, I am high. I think Brian Dable could turn it around. I just think that he needs to have his guys there that he wants in there to turn the thing around. I think that the stench of Dave Gettleman's previous regime and his players and a lot of bad contracts too, he may want to get rid of that too. So I'm going with that. Let's start with Tulio, the New York Giants. Can you hear me?
He looks frozen. He's on the road, so
he's on the road. All right, so Skull. What about you, bud?
Oh man, I'm gonna go a little wider margin on the wins and loss. I'm gonna go from like about 5 to 9 wins, man. And I think it just all due to the fact now Barkley can stay healthy. He looks good right now, and I've been seeing him talk all on Twitter and Facebook and stuff. He looks good right now. If he can get back to true form, bro, you gotta remember he's a top 5 running back in this league when healthy. No matter who's in the league right now. And that creates offense for Danny Jones and Tyrod Taylor. When you've got a run game that's giving the defense problems, bro, that opens up the pass game, even if you don't have the best wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? And their defense, even though I was a little shocked that they let Bradbury go, they still have a decent defense over there. They defense better than Minnesota right now. And the secondary, they still got pieces on that defense that if the offense can put up a decent amount of points, 21, 24, whatever points, they should be able to get a decent. They could get about 8 wins.
Mm-hmm.
8 wins.
Okay. So, Jeremy, what about you? The New York Giants. What's your wins best case scenario or worst case scenario for them?
With 13 people injured, man, I want to say 4-7.
Okay.
4-7. Okay,
that's fair.
That's about where I want to go too. Actually, I agree 100%. 4-7. So 7 highest, 4 lowest.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go the same
because it's still up in the air whether or not Thibs will be back by week 1. They hope he's back, but it is a 3 to 4 week recovery time on that injury. You got the other wide receiver that was supposed to be your slot receiver that just tore his ACL. You got Kenny Galladay that he might play a game and
there's Tony.
Damn. No, that Johnson kid. The Johnson kid.
Oh,
Colin Johnson.
Okay. Colin Johnson.
He was actually Colin Johnson. Colin Johnson was actually overtaking Kadarius Toney on the roster because Kadarius Toney, he doesn't know how to read the playbook. Just saying.
Sounds about right. Kind of comes with the character issue stuff, huh?
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you take players out of that conference that are on that bubble of whether they're good or great. You know, I said it when I did a live stream of the draft, and as soon as he was picked, I said, "Man, that's a reach. He should have been a day 2 pick."
I agree. I said that too when they drafted him too. I said it should have been a day 2 pick.
I was confused.
I was saying that. They should have. I said they could have got him in the second round. Like they didn't need to do all that, but yeah.
Okay.
I did really good predicting picks in the 2nd through 3rd rounds this year. There was 73 picks overall with the compensatory picks made. I got 64 of them right.
Oh, damn.
Before they were announced on the TV, I was doing a live stream of the draft, and the internet's behind the TVs.
Damn, you know the lotto numbers, man?
I wish I was as good with the lotto numbers. Hell, picking the winners straight up last year, all 276 games, I got 196 games right. In the playoffs, I was 10 of 12.
Like the most had like 180.
Especially last year, because my gosh, it was so unpredictable. That was very
and that's because I only picked 2 wins for the Lions. I picked them to beat Minnesota, and I picked them to beat Green Bay in Week 18. That's it.
They could have won a lot more last year. They were actually.
But if against the spread, 12 games, they won the spread.
We used to bet on them. They won. Yeah. They were winning the money. It was easy for me. I'm very excited. They're one of my top 3 teams.
A lot of money playing on. I'm telling you, it's hard for me as a realist fan to stymie chugging down some Kool-Aid right now. And you know what I'm talking about, where you just go full on Homer Slappy. But I'm doing it because I'm a podcaster too. Because I got to be a realist. I got to stymie that enthusiasm. And I always call it hopium. You got to put down the hopium pipe and look at this realistically. We're weak at middle linebacker. We're okay, not great at safety. That's our 2 weakest positions on the team. Everywhere else, we're good to great if you look at it. D-line, we've got good to great pieces all the way across it. Ali McNeil came back, and he looks like he's in the best health of his career that I've ever seen him, even in college. He cut 20 pounds. Levi Wuzariki put on 30 pounds of muscle, but he has.
Oh, that was so good. Wait, come back. No.
And no, it's not.
He's freezing. Oh no,
that's actually pretty good.
Not the same leg. It's not a link. He injured it in the and Levi on the other with a Lee McNeil in the middle. That's dangerous.
Dangerous.
And they brought in Malcolm Brown. Yes.
What happened, Alex?
I did an extra for the Giants.
for
I'll make it
a
quick. I like the draft picks.
that
4
Malcolm
to
Brown was
7.
brought in for a visit yesterday with the Lions.
Okay.
4 to 7. That's
Okay.
what I said.
Boy, Alex.
Well, Alex.
I like the draft picks. I like
But
that.
I love talking football, as you can tell.
Of course.
Which is dope, but floor 2, ceiling 7. They're not. I'm sorry, I just don't see it with this team.
I see them at 3rd or 4th place in the division.
It's fair. Yeah.
Because Washington, you don't know which Carson Wentz you're going to get.
Good point.
Just saying.
That's a fantastic point. All right, let's go.
Are you getting the good Carson Wentz? Or are you getting woo?
Yeah, you're getting the end of last year's Carson Wentz.
Did you guys mention the did you guys finish the Giants? What did you guys finish so far?
Everybody's given the record.
Able to move on, yeah.
Still there.
All right. As far as the Giants, 7 wins at the most, 3 wins at the least. The Giants.
Okay. Put it in there. Perfect. As we move on to the Carolina Panthers, there's plenty of things to talk about here.
Yes. The fact that they managed to they're paying a lot of money to 2 quarterbacks. Well, not 2 quarterbacks. Well, to them, $20 million. They managed to get.
Oh damn! I missed it. Talk about
Carson
Carson Wentz, didn't I?
No, we're not watching yet. We're not watching
it yet, but I got my opinion on that too.
So, my thing is this.
All right. So what did I miss? What did I miss? The Giants?
Just the Giants, and you gave your opinion.
It's also not that important. Who cares? So we're good with.
It's all good. It's all good. All right. So Carolina.
You're right.
Carolina. What is going on in Carolina? It seems like they're one of the bigger messes in the NFC. They drafted a quarterback in Matt Corral in the draft. They also who's hurt by the way.
Who tore his ACL.
Yep.
You're also paying Sam Darnold $20 million to sit on the bench because you got Baker Mayfield for Cleveland for literally.
It's like he won the job in 5 minutes.
He
That's
did.
how bad Sam Darnold is.
So my question for you guys is this: Matt Rule, do you think? I personally think Matt Rule's seat is scorching hot. But what about you guys? How you feel about Matt Rule's future with the Carolina Panthers?
What seat?
Oh,
he doesn't finish the season.
What seat? There's no seat.
No, he's not sitting on a seat. He's sitting on embers and coals that are so hot they're burning him.
His seat burned already.
They already got this foot on his ass. They just haven't pushed it yet. Well, he's gone. I agree. He's not finishing the season to me either, man. And I'm mad because I thought he actually would do something. But it is what it is.
But they are in contract talks with the Jets to acquire Denzel Mims right now for the trade.
That's interesting.
Mims wanted to trade out of the Jets.
And Matt Rule was his coach at Baylor at the time.
That's interesting.
Just saying, that's a fit. That's a
PJ Walker
fit.
played for them. So what?
No, but I'm saying
Robbie Anderson played for them too. Look what Robbie Anderson did last year. Was that matter? Your coach from college.
Denzel Mims. Because you're getting a.
Oh my God.
What are you talking about?
Okay, Titi.
Oh wait, Urban Meyer. They were talking about two different, totally different things.
I'm here with. Okay,
bringing in is just because you somebody in college, you thought it was going to work out, and you're going to work out in the NFL.
That's not what my point was. My point was he knows the route tree that he uses already because they run almost the exact same offense they did at Baylor.
He froze. Look at anymore, you guys.
Yeah, he froze. But yeah, there you go. So,
all right,
that's Carolina.
All right, so
we'll see what happens when Baker. We'll see what happens when Baker can't get him the ball. We'll see. All right.
Anyway, so guys, introducing Deontay. He's a Browns fan. He's also my little brother. And right on time, we're talking about the Carolina Panthers.
I was watching the live stream. Literally, I was trying to find the link. And I just now found it. I was mad. I know Juan saw me commenting in the live chat.
I knew you were waiting for it.
But yeah, so
You always
yes.
come out at the right times, man. He always comes in at the perfect moment.
All right.
Anybody else's comments?
So Trevor already knows how I feel about Baker Mayfield.
What?
He already knows my feelings towards Baker Mayfield, that he is a crybaby. The words that I want to say I can't say because you're live, but I could go. There's a laundry list of things that I could call him. Selfish. And it's funny that his progressive commercial deal gets, he loses it when he leaves Cleveland. So, that's funny. But this is the thing, right? He beat Sam Darnold. Who is Sam Darnold? You're not beating no real talent. Sam Darnold's ass. And we were saying that when he got drafted.
I did say that.
Shout out on live shows.
He did.
Sam Darnold is garbage. And we've been saying that since he got drafted. So,
Shout out
come
to
on.
Before he was drafted.
Baker Mayfield,
I'm with you though.
right? Sam Darnold's a jobber. And Baker Mayfield's a glorified jobber.
Are you gonna wrestle him?
Yes. Sam
Alright.
Darnold's
A jobber. Holy shit.
I hate
he went
hate
wrestling.
hearing
Holy
that
crap.
from a Browns fan,
Goodness
where he's
gracious.
he's the last quarterback in 31 years to get you guys a win.
Thank you.
Right.
Finally.
This is my counter retort. Right? This is my counter retort. And I'm gonna say this right here, right? He's the first yes, right, you're right. He's the first quarterback to get the Browns to the playoffs. He's the first quarterback in the last
and win a game.
Exactly.
He got there.
He was the last quarterback to win a playoff game for the Browns before I was even conceived. So, right, you have to be grateful for that. But there's a certain place and time and extent of support that you're supposed to give to a certain person. You gave me a good thing one year, and then you stuck up the joint the second year. So I'm supposed to be grateful for something that you did 1 year, but you've been garbage for 3? You was garbage for 3. Damn.
All right.
Is that me?
Well, the last year they shouldn't have let him play. They should have sat his butt when he was injured. That was the biggest thing. You could tell he was injured. His mechanics look worse and everything else.
Yeah.
I told Trevor that. And this is what his thing was, right? He's like, as a coach, you have to save players for themselves. And I'm like, okay, but where does the line go? Are you gonna put all the blame on Kevin Stefanski? I hate that nigga. And Trevor knows.
Hold on. Somebody. Yeah. Okay. All right, we have Browns.
Lower the New York. Lower it.
Damn it. Okay.
Right. So
damage control. Beep, beep, beep.
Damn it.
So Deontay.
Jeez.
So
Yes.
let's stick on topic now. All right.
Okay.
The Carolina Panthers, best case scenario, with Baker Mayfield possibly being he is the starting quarterback heading into week 1.
Yes, he is. Yeah. Exactly.
What do you feel from a Browns fan? And try to
From
be
a Browns fan. I'm not gonna be biased. I'm not gonna be biased. I'm not gonna be
We
biased.
know you played in week 1.
Yeah.
1, right?
That's rough.
Right.
That's a rough go.
What is your best case scenario for your Carolina? For the Carolina Panthers?
For the Carolina
You did that on
Panthers.
purpose. I want to hear it.
I did.
Me personally, they're winning 7 games.
Oh, okay.
7 games. 7 games, and they're 7 games with Baker Mayfield, and their low is 5.
So
I have no.
Go
And this
ahead.
is why.
You gotta remember, they
This is
get to
why.
play the
This is why,
Falcons twice, and the Falcons
This is
are way
why.
worse.
This is why, right? This is why I say that, because Baker Mayfield can't carry a team by himself. Christian
Wait, what?
McCaffrey is always getting hurt. He's always hurt. So you can't rely on Christian McCaffrey. So it's just going to be Baker. And he's going to have to find a way to make things work on this new team with these new receivers, right? I don't think Baker's going to adjust well in his first year on a new team. I don't.
Okay, that's fine. Jeremy, your take on the Carolina Panthers?
I like them better than the Falcons. but that's not saying much. I have their window. I 6 to 8.
Mhm.
Okay.
Because they get to play the Falcons twice, and I already chalked that up as 2 wins.
No, the schedule is actually pretty favorable because they have Cleveland Giants back to back, so those are winnable games. You do play New Orleans twice, so we may be able to sneak one of them. Maybe we'll see. Arizona without DeAndre Hopkins, that's a winnable game. That is, I believe, that is at home too.
In your defense, we beat them, and D Hop got taken out in that game. Remember?
Yes,
Yes, he did.
One of the funniest games.
He was there.
That game was hilarious.
Beat the hell out of them. It was great.
Oh, and Kyler going, well, we didn't take them seriously. I mean, when Matt Stafford said, man, this is a tough team to beat, don't you think if you're the number 1 seed in that division and the number 1 seed in the NFC, you better take every opponent seriously?
Nah.
It's just
Fair enough.
disrespectful at the end of the day.
It
if
is,
I take it
100%.
in the first place.
But I'll get to that team later.
What else we got? That 2 Atlanta games, like you said, Seattle's winnable. Pittsburgh might be winnable. And then you guys.
That
also,
might be. That game
winnable.
is winnable.
So about half their schedule is winnable. So their ceiling to me is about 8, 9, 8.
That's what I said. 6 to 8 wins.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to get to 9 because 9 puts you as a bubble playoff team. I don't think they're right there. I don't think they're there yet. But I think they're going to be a middling team, 6 to 8 wins.
Okay. Let's start with Alex. Alex, the Carolina Panthers.
I feel like there's a wide range of possibilities that goes for that team, especially since Baker Mayfield has a new opportunity with 2 functioning arms. Unlike last season. Too bad you can argue the coach he has is worse than Freddie Kitchens, which he also had, or Hugh Jackson, which he also had. But that's neither here nor there. He's garbage. My fault, right? He's garbage. My fault. So okay, so they have a good.
He went there.
They have a solid receiving core. Love DJ Moore. Robbie Anderson, they have a bad lead last year, but I'm talking out to Sam Darnold being Sam Darnold / Cam Newton / PJ Walker.
Damn, they went through a lot last year.
They did. But
Yeah, I think Baker's better than all 3 of them, and that's not saying much.
I mean, yeah, that's not saying
Probably
much.
combined.
I will say this though: that offensive line is a tragedy. They did get Ikem Ekwonu in the draft, and Taylor Moton is pretty good, but
That's going to help a lot.
it is. But that they still have a lot of pieces and offensively that they address. Onto their defense, I actually like their defense. Brian Burns is a really good pass rusher.
I want to see if that's sustainable though. You get those years where there's one year that they come out and play well, and then the next year they go back to 28th.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want to know. I need to watch them again to see is it really sustainable. I'm not sure because that kind of came out of nowhere. They weren't anywhere near that good there in 2020.
I think they're middle of the pack of 2020.
Interesting.
I think I could be wrong though. But yeah, you got Shaq Thompson, who's I'll say
no, he's
you know
good.
what you gave him. You know what you gave from him.
Yeah, he's good. Just good though, nothing more.
Right. You got JC Horn, who looked all right in his first 3 games, but unfortunately towards ACL in that Texans game. CJ Henderson, I'm curious of what his case is because I genuinely do not know if he's good or not.
Because normally you will curse somebody for getting traded that early in their career, but when it comes from Jacksonville, not just Jacksonville, when it came from Urban Meyer's Jacksonville, I don't know what to think about that. So,
Exactly.
We'll see.
And you also got Jamie Chin from that ridiculous second round draft of safety. So
he's awesome.
So I'm gonna say ceiling, if everything goes right, 10. If everything goes right.
It is ceiling, so that don't mean that's your prediction. So go ahead.
Yeah, I think they win like 7 games, me personally. But their floor,
what?
4.
Yes. Go ahead and find out.
That is a big wide window.
Yeah, I think that team has a wide range of margins personally.
I mean, I think. Yeah, I mean, I can see it, but I don't see it. That's all I got to say.
I'm with you. I can see, but it's not. And he said himself anyway, it's not going to happen. So I'm right with it. I'm right with you.
All right. Tulio.
Where's my charger?
My guy's on the road.
You're muted, buddy.
You're muted.
Like your mic is muted. The other thing is fine.
Oh damn, he's in the
4,
Froze.
2, 1. Next.
All right. Batulio gets back in order. Cesario, what about you?
Is he muted too?
He's usually not. He's just quiet. Oh, he actually is muted. We can't hear you for once. Usually available. Oh, we about to go on to the Chicago Bears in a minute.
I can't hear Cesario.
That's weird.
That is weird.
Well, when y'all fix y'all situations, we're going to the Chicago Bears.
Probably refresh. It might be I if you just refresh.
Let's go into the Chicago Bears.
Oof.
All right.
Oof.
Oh, I like that.
Oof.
That's my number 1 overall pick.
Oof. Yeah, I said they're fighting to replace Fields because he's going to get. I call him Bustin' Fields not because he's a bust. I call him Bustin' Fields because that O line's going to get him killed and busted.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
I mean that O line. If you watched any of those preseason games, they are lucky he didn't die then.
That team's real bad. They are really bad.
Pray for this.
I mean, you know what the bad part is I just saw Craig Wenzel's ratings of the wide receiver rooms for the worst ones in the league, and he actually has the Chicago Bears slightly above the Packers wide receiver room. And I was like, wow, that's bad.
I have a feeling
I disagree with.
that's not going to last.
I disagree with, by the way.
Watch one of those kids from Green
I
Bay
disagree with too, because
well,
Pringle's probably going to be doing a suspension.
I forgot they got Brian Pringle.
Yeah. The O-line's atrocious. The D-line, you got Robert Quinn that doesn't want to be there. They're forcing Roquan Smith to play out the last year of that contract when he don't want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Do they not remember when they tagged Allen Robinson, what happened last year? He just gave up. A guy that was in the top 10 for wide receiver separation the year before goes all the way to 29th.
Yeah, he didn't want to be there.
That being said, if you don't want to be there, you don't play like you want to be there. And that's the biggest thing. They're done. They're mentally done. They were checking out. They were holding out, trying to get out of there, and they're forcing these guys to play. They could get a buttload of stuff. They can get a buttload of stuff for Robert Quinn and Roquan Smith to help them for the future. They could be doing the Seahawks thing, getting a million things for them and sitting pretty for next year. But they don't want to do that. They want to try to win now, and it's going to make them lose now. I see their window of wins at 2-4.
That's generous.
And it might even be 0.
I don't understand where the notion of win now comes from. Who the hell is in your roster that you have the absolute gall to say we're winning now? Win what? Win what? Against who?
I said it last year.
It makes no damn sense at this point. Well, the only wins I see them possibly getting, they got a Houston game,
those
they got
3
a Giants
games
game
at the end of the year.
Like,
I said, okay, Bears.
yeah, like it makes no sense. Like I'm looking at the schedule right now. There's only like 4 winnable games. 4. They got a Giants game, a Houston game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They got a Jets game. You know what I'm saying? Like who you're waiting? Just no. No, you guys need picks and picks and picks and picks. So that should be a yard sale. I 100% agree with you. Makes no damn sense whatsoever. So my window is like 3-0. That's my window. They're gonna be number 1 overall pick.
Did I freeze?
No.
Kinda like you're coming in and out, but I hear mostly the things that you were saying when you were talking. But yeah, 3-0. 3 wins max, 0 the least. They're the worst team in the NFL.
All right, Cesario, your division rivals, Chicago Bears.
Can we hear you first of all?
Yeah.
I mean, speak. Nope. Something's off on your end, man. I don't know. There you go. Okay. I've never had this before. We got 2 of the same person in my thing.
Ah, yes. All right, cool.
Yo, Tulio, you good?
I can hear him.
I had to refresh my browser. It was like I froze out.
That's all good.
All right, so you're back in now, so we all good. Okay.
All right.
We got technical difficulties on this one.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Not enough.
Yeah.
For once, it's not our fault.
Anyway, so Cesario, if you can talk about your Chicago Bears. Well, not just Chicago Bears, your division rivals.
Oh,
Chicago
how dare you say that to him? Damn. Damn, you're a jerk. Oh, he'll be back.
Cesario drop.
All right, let's go ahead.
Yep.
By default.
They're not winning multiple games this year.
They're not winning more than what?
They're not winning multiple games this year.
It broke up.
It's all right.
It's all good.
Ceiling 1, floor 0. I like Fields. Don't get me wrong.
One game. Holy mother.
I like Fields. I like Mooney. I like Montgomery, Khalil Herbert, but your roster's complete utter garbage. This is one of the worst rosters I've ever seen in my life. It's that bad. And
did you guys see that meme that Mike Mart sent out?
I didn't see it.
Bears are possibly the only team that looks worse than the 0-16 Lions.
Right.
Wow.
I think the 0-16 Lions had Calvin Johnson.
They had a little bit of talent in that team, too.
They did. But that Bears team, oh my God.
Here's the other thing I wanted to say. If it wasn't for the Bears being so trash against the Packers the last 5 years, let me give you the records down the road, starting from the top to the bottom. At the top, believe it or not, it's the Lions at 5-5. At 2 is the Vikings, 4-5-1. Who's in the basement against the Packers? The Bears, 1-9 over the last 5 years. 1-9.
The Detroit one actually doesn't surprise me because they always get one on Green Bay most years.
Yeah.
And everybody says, well, we had our backups. And I said, dude, we started backups. That can't be your excuse.
Yeah.
We had a practice squad MASH unit signing players off the street to play cornerback.
Yeah,
you might as well say we signed players off the street and Dean Marlowe and Will Harris to play safety. Good Lord, it was horrible.
Yeah, that Week 18 game was a glorified preseason game. I'm not gonna lie to you. It really was.
Okay.
And Jordan Love so lost. Yeah.
The Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons.
The Atlanta. Whew.
So
they're sort of with the Bears, ain't they?
Yeah, because
they got a couple nice pieces here and there, and they got a couple nice pieces on defense. But as a whole, I see a dumpster fire.
I mean, look who the quarterback is. It's Juan's best friend.
Marcus Mariota.
Yeah. So Matt Ryan's no longer. Matt Ryan's no there no more. They're pretty much starting the reset button. Like you mentioned before, they do have pieces there that I like. Kyle Pitts, Cordell Patterson, who had a great season last year.
Drake London.
Oh yeah, and Drake London, the rookie. So we're gonna see. I'm not gonna lie to you. My ceiling for them is 3 to 4 games. I don't
2 to
see
4.
how
2 to 4. I was giving them the same window of wins that I gave the Bears.
I really don't see how they do much. They're pretty much contending for one of the top seeds in the draft. Top draft picks in the next year's draft. We'll see from there. For those who are thinking that Desmond Riddler may come into the season, it's not happening. I don't see him coming in at all this year. Coming in at least all this year.
Not with that O-line.
And nor would I even try to play him and get him hurt like that with that atrocity of a team. But I think 2 to 4 wins for me for the Atlanta Falcons, and it is built to next year. But they're gonna have a lot of work cut out for them. So yeah, it's not much to say about the Falcons because they suck.
I just got this feeling in my gut that watch them pull out like 5 games. Watch it happen, and there is no logical NFL explanation. But for some reason, them bastards watch them pull off like 5 games. Wow, I got this feeling in my gut.
Lions, right there on the doorstep, ready to win, and Tim Boyle throws it 3 yards behind the receiver to 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 defenders that were behind the receiver. The receiver is wide open in the middle of the field. It goes behind him.
Tim Boyle did the one picks and touchdowns in college, though. You just expect things like that.
I know. I know, and the fact he's even still on this roster just irritates the piss out of me.
I feel you.
I don't know. What the fuck? So my thing is gonna be 5-2. But I got this feeling they're gonna hit that 5. Watch. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it. And that team sucked.
The best pick that I thought they made in the draft, other than Drake London, was Troy Anderson in the second round out of Montana State. That boy can play.
I have a feeling the second round is going to be very nice. We're going to see a lot of good second round players this year. I don't know what it is. I've seen a lot of good names come out of the second round in this year's draft. I was doing my homework. So I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of second round players coming in, man.
All right. Hopefully, Tuli heard something you got to say.
Yeah, I want him to talk too, but it ain't working out. My man's on the road anyway. There's no speed, and you get to where you're going, you can go ahead and talk.
All right, so sorry, can you hear us now?
No, can we hear you?
Yeah, can you hear me? Can hear you?
Hello.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hey, we hear you.
Yes. So now we're at the Atlanta Falcons now. We're at the Atlanta Falcons now.
Okay.
What about you?
Okay. Okay. You said something about the Panthers and then Bears?
No. What he was saying was
For the Panthers, I have them.
Whoa, hold on. We're at the Falcons right now. Right now, we're at the Falcons. What you heard before was Jeremy explaining the records that Green Bay has against the division in the last 10 games. That's 5 years.
5 years.
And the Lions are 5-5. 5-5 in the last 5 years against the Packers. And the Vikings were like 3-6-1.
5-4-1.
4-5-1.
And then you had the Chicago 1-9 because their father owns them.
I got the Panthers winning 8 games, and the ceiling is 8 wins. The floor is 5 wins, and then for the Bears, I have them winning 9 games, and the floor 6 games.
9 games
in the next 5 years.
This is 2018. Hello.
You win 9 games in the next 5 years, right?
Did they get Mitch? Did they get Mitch Trubisky and Olin Kreutz back, and we didn't hear about it?
Homie's Olin Kreutz. That's a name.
You like the Bears this year? Holy mother! Tulio face.
No. He gave them a bigger window of wins than he gave the Lions, and I'm not even that big of a mean of a prick to the Vikings because I have the Vikings with the exact same window as Detroit, 7-10. And it's because they have a new scheme. They got a new defense. They got a brand new defensive scheme. They may have the best wide receiver room, but they have brand new coaches. They have brand new coaches who have never called a game.
I'll get
not yet. We'll get there. There's 2 more teams. We're gonna get there.
Okay.
So you now for
The
your
Falcons.
Atlanta. Atlanta. I'm not getting to your team yet. Hold on.
Atlanta.
The Falcons. The Falcons.
Okay,
is
yeah.
one. And that
The
makes you feel better.
Falcons.
Third one.
Ceiling 8 wins, floor 6 games.
He likes some trash teams in the NFC this year, huh?
Wow.
Wow.
Maybe the logic.
Wow.
Maybe the logic is he got to be somebody.
I love Jeremy.
I want to know what hopium pipe you're hitting for these garbage teams.
Speaking of garbage, Seattle.
Not opium.
Oh,
hopium.
Can I go?
Seattle.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But
The reason why I think they can win 5 games is because of 2 words. Cordero Patterson. He carried up to 7 wins last year.
He did.
How the hell they won 7 games last year?
Because of him.
Whatever.
Because again, like I said, the games, the quarters he didn't play, they scored 0 points without him. That's why they scored. That's why they won 7 games.
That's what I'm telling you. They won 7 last year. I'm telling you, my gut, they're gonna win like 5. I'm telling you. But anyway, Alice, go ahead.
Well, they actually do have nice pieces I think about. And normally I'm public enemy number 1 when it comes to the city of Atlanta, but I'll say floor 2, ceiling 5.
Yeah, that's what I had. That's exactly what I had.
That's fair.
Tulio, we really want to hear you.
He's almost. You look like you're almost there.
He's almost home. Yeah, he's almost there. So anyway,
we're just gonna have a whole Tulio breakup, a whole Tulio breakdown when he finally gets back to where he's going.
Yeah.
So like I said, Seattle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I actually think a little higher of this team as opposed to most people do. Granted, the quarterback situation is, yeah.
Shapoopoo.
Man's on a nice ride. You see the car he just flashed by us? Nigga Tulio trying to foul on us like that, man.
Right.
We can't hear you, by the way, bro. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, the quarterback situation is one of the worst I've ever seen. Geno Smith is easily the best quarterback in that roster. I'm not saying that like
And that's not saying much.
Yeah, it's like I'm not saying that he's good. I'm saying that Drew Lock is that terrible. He does got playmakers in DK, Tyler Lockett, and maybe Eskridge might get some playing time this year. And one of the very few first round picks that she hit on so far, Jordan Brooks looks pretty good defensively. Now, I think personally they're going to win 6 games. Granted, that's the ceiling.
Okay,
but I think they win 6 games, especially if Rashad Penny and one of my favorite players coming out of the draft, Kenneth Walker. Get going. Even though he had I think a hernia surgery recently, but I'm gonna go 6 for their ceiling and for their floor. Again, like I said before, if everything falls off the rails, I might go as low as 1 if everything goes down the drain.
Another big space.
Yeah.
What about Pete Carroll? Is he done? Is he cooked?
No.
That's the
he's
question.
He's gonna keep his dignity and retire after this year. He's not gonna get fired.
Okay.
Whew. Okay. Wow.
It's the NFC, man.
Yeah. NFC. The Seahawks. Wow, the Seahawks. I have them at 0 to 4 wins.
Holy mother.
Dang.
The defense lost a lot of talent. They got wide receivers, but look at who's throwing the ball. You got Geno, I can't see you, Smith, and Drew, I haven't hit anything in 2 years, Lock.
Geno, I can't see you, Smith is crazy. Oh my God. That's funny.
Did you watch him against the Lions? He didn't tear us up. That was what Rashad Penny had a resurgence and looked like a first-round pick.
Rashad Penny did kill you. Rashad Penny's good, though. You know, if he can stay healthy.
But that's the one thing that I do have going for the Lions defensively. The one thing they did was draft players who had no problems with tackling. They signed players who tackle hard. So hard they get injured, like Deshaun Elliott, who hasn't played a full season since 2020. But that's another story. Just saying, other than the guy he mentioned, the first-round pick that they hit on last year, we don't know if they hit this year. I like their second-round pick way better. I like Kenneth Walker, too. I think he overtakes Rashad Penny as the one.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Damn. Jesus.
Half an hour later.
Goodness gracious.
What's good, my brother?
What the hell?
Speaking.
Hey man, I know I missed a lot already, but goddamn.
You missed like 5 teams, bro.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to say something about the Panthers. I wanted to say that quarterback better stay out of the damn commercials. And you can't have more commercials than wins, because that's always seems to be the case.
Yeah, he's out of the commercials. He lost all those contracts when he left.
Hell yeah.
Good.
All right, cool. Are we saying again on Jeremy? Continue to saying before.
That Seattle can't draft.
I was saying that Seattle's drafts are usually horrible. They should have took Desmond Ridder in the first round and not let him go, because you saw how Pete Carroll reacted to that 40 time when he was there at the combine. He looked like a giddy little schoolgirl waiting for the cute guy to ask him on a date.
Oh my God.
I'm done. That's funny.
That's great.
That was funny.
That's great.
That's why I'm asking if he's cooked, because they haven't had a good draft in like 10 years. You know, like Belichick. So I don't understand.
Well, no, DK Metcalf that year was decent, but just he panned out.
That's what I'm saying. Just the one person. So it's not a good draft. It's just one guy. Unless it's like a franchise quarterback. I will forgive you.
It's a GM.
Patton asking what did he miss? A lot, just like I did.
You missed a lot of trash and Detroit. Like that's it.
Yeah.
And
I don't
Detroit,
think
'cause I like
Detroit's
Detroit.
as trash as they were last year, and I've gave many reasons why.
Yeah, so that's all you missed, man. We'll get to
Yeah,
your Cowboys in a little while, man.
Yeah, everyone's
We're on
gonna
it.
be,
We're on it. We're on it.
this year.
We're on to prove it. We're on prove it deals. We got to see it happen before we can actually claim them to be something. That's why we're saying this.
Oh, I
gotta
know
see
it's a
it.
prove it deal.
That's all.
So we all hit on Seattle.
I'm gonna say something real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
For the first
Hold on,
time
the Jets.
in over 10 years, I can say this: the Seattle Seahawks are now the Shithawks again. The Shithawks, because they're gonna be terrible. And you know what's crazy? I think this might be the last hurrah for Pete Carroll because I don't see how he's able to
We've
stay
been
there.
calling his head on
Mind
this
you,
show
we've been
for
calling
years.
him over here for the last 3 years, saying he's gonna get fired, but somehow, some way, he still finds the way to get there. But I think this may be it for him, not because he'll get fired, but because he's saying, you know what, I'm too old for this shit. Let me get the hell up out of here. First of all, the fact that Geno Smith is your starting quarterback by default because Drew Lock is worse than you are, which is
What's about a guy
ridiculous.
like that, bro?
Huh?
What's about your guy like that, bro? That's your boy Drew Lock.
Nah, hey, players mess up. That's why he was.
I was hiring him. Yeah.
Players mess up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah,
Larry
it's gonna be
King is-
terrible. I think I agree. I'm gonna go on the limb here. Their ceiling is 3. Their floor might be 0.
Damn,
Did I
so
go
that's your number 1 overall pick.
Yes.
It sounds like.
They might go 0-17. They're really that bad. So I don't know, but
Yeah, you said a name, and I got to expand on that. You got the Shithawks, you got the Chicago Bears, and then you got the Shitalina Panthers and at Shitlanta.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Nah, this NFC is crazy. I said there's gonna be a lot of jokes in this one. I said it. A lot of bad teams, but we're almost done though. At least most of the bad teams are finally out of the way for the most part. After this one,
So now we're getting to the third tier.
Yeah, going to Washington.
Third tier. Commanders. You haven't talked about Washington yet?
Whatever you want.
Yeah,
to name it. Whatever
Have
it's football team, whatever you
Have
want.
you heard their tagline for when they score a touchdown? What it's going to be?
I'm scared.
It made me laugh. A Commander fan sent it to me, and I heard the Farmers commercial. We are Commanders. Bum 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 bum.
Oh,
I was like,
wait,
what
they
the
can
hell
get
is
for that?
this?
Oh no, that's
They can't sue?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can't they sue for that? Gimmick infringement?
That's their touchdown chant. That's their touchdown
Stop
chant.
Stop it.
Shit.
Stop it. Stop it.
speaking of shit,
Stop it.
speaking of
ATTR, man.
shit. Yes, speaking of shit, because the Washington Commanders are in a shit stadium, literally. Who I keep saying this all the time. Every time they talk about shit, and the Commanders go hand in hand. When your sewage pipes going into the actual stands, yeah, you got a lot of problems. So
Dan Snyder, man.
yeah, Dan Snyder, man. Oh yeah, don't forget about him. Like
We can't. It's impossible. He makes us never forget about him.
Yeah.
it's just to the point. It's to the point where it's like,
And
why? Why are you be a fan of the Washington Commanders or the Redskins or the football? What do you want to call them? Like, I really don't understand why you would want to deal with a team whose owner clearly doesn't give a shit about it.
that Chiefs head of the Potomac Indian tribe that was there, which they had a perfect name lined up, and they could have kept the head. They could have been the Washington Potomacs.
Okay.
Because that was the name of that tribe that the chief, they had the Indian head that was put on the logo. That guy's crying right now from through the statue.
Oh my Jesus, this franchise, dude.
So I guess we go all this, popcorn right now. What is our best case scenario for Washington? And I'm gonna start with Cesario. You've been quiet lately.
Who muted
He's still
himself again.
quiet.
The best case scenario for the Commanders,
Yeah.
keep
Best
Terry
and-
McLaurin healthy.
Okay.
Record.
It's already
What's the
starting bad for him.
Ceiling 8 wins. Floor 5 wins.
That sounds about right. Yeah, Dan Snyder is worse than Jerry Jones. That's not even
That's
a
not even
question.
close.
You didn't have to say that. We know.
It's not. Yeah.
No, considering he's under investigation still from Congress on the money that he embezzled by siphoning it to the ticket funds for concerts, if he's found guilty of that, he should lose his team because he stole from every NFL owner.
I think he will. I think they'll probably turn on him and say, "Listen, it's one thing stealing for yourself, but still for everybody else, there's a problem." Now,
Wait, what about Miami team that they were the integrity of the game? He's still the owner.
Integrity of the game and stealing from the NFL is two very different things. He stole from the other 31 owners. He stole from the other 31 owners. The only thing that the guy that the Miami owner got in trouble for was tampering with Tom Brady in 2019 and 2020. They ain't even got into the integrity of the game part of it.
And he still got.
They just hit him hard on that. They told him to tank for Burrow, and he goes, "Screw it, I'm going to win games and get us Tua."
For what? Damn. But anyway, moving on. No, not moving on. But Tulio, your wins and your expectations for the Commanders.
At the most, 4 wins.
Oh,
2 wins.
Ooh,
2 to 4.
Feeling wins, I'm assuming.
And we're about to lose 2.
He said 4 to 2.
Yep. Yeah, he said 4 to 2. Well, I agree with the 2 because you got Carson Wentz, who's a head case. You either got Carson Wentz that doesn't know his butt from a hole in the ground and has bad mechanics, or you got that Carson Wentz like he was doing last year in spurts where he looked amazing because there was no in between with him. He was either horrible or he was wonderful. So if you got Mr. Wonderful, you have a chance to have a season like they did in Philly before he got hurt. But if you got Mr. Headcase, Mr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, that's the best. If you got Mr. Hyde, watch out, Washington. It's going to be rough. 2 wins would be the floor. But because of that defense, I'm giving them a higher ceiling. It's 8. Because they've got one of the weakest schedules in the NFL.
He could talk about Jekyll and Hyde. Jekyll and Hyde of 2010, Ryan Fitzpatrick. I guess that's what Wentz is gonna. Somebody got to fill Ryan Fitzpatrick's shoes. That's gonna be Carson Wentz. Hey, whatever. But I agree with that. Like 8. I like 8 to 9.
Let's be honest.
I like them winning. Like personally, win like 7. Be around 500-ish in that realm somewhere. There's a lot of talent in the team for them to be going lower than that. So, but I like 8 and like 5 or 4. Like
I got a question real quick.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bud.
Well, technically, Washington, the only thing on defense is Chase Young, Jonathan Allen, and Payne. That's the only players that they got in defense.
I mean, they also got Montez.
They're not much of a threat.
Ridiculous defensive line they got.
They got Montez Sweat.
They got a ridiculous defensive line. They got decent defensive backs. I'm not saying they're great. They're decent. They're middle of the road. They're not going to let a lot of players beat them. They get a lot of passes defended, not passes intercepted. There's a big difference there. I mean, look at and Richard Patton, you're going to be mad at me. Look at Trayvon Diggs, Mr. Eli Apple with hands. He's burnt toast. He gave up the most yards of a starting QB CB1 in the NFL. He's just a good gambler. All he can do is pick the ball off. He's Marcus Peters 2.0.
Shout out to Cavalry.
All right, that's cool. Okay. We're done with these guys, right?
Yeah, because they're irrelevant.
Okay,
Minnesota.
Cesario, this is all for you, buddy. This is the floor is yours. Tell us about how you feel about Minnesota Vikings coming up. How you feel about their off season, and what's your expectations and your ceiling and floor for your Minnesota Vikings?
Wow, he agreed. He's not mad.
Yeah, he agreed.
An intelligent Cowboys fan I have never seen the day.
Yeah, he's very rare. He's a rare breed.
Nah, he's very good. Very, very classy guy. Very classy guy.
Okay.
Go ahead. It's all you, brother.
Okay.
Minnesota.
I say we did pretty good this offseason. Get signing Jordan Hicks, Harrison Phillips, Tadarius Smith, Chris Reed, Adam Austin Shooter, and other players. We drafted Lewisine, Andrew Booth, Brian Osama,
No, those were good.
Owasi Otomazu. My expectations is if the O line can stay healthy and protect Kirk, if Delvin Cook can stay healthy,
Cash
Daniel
money.
Hunter, Sadarius Smith can stay healthy, I think will be a better team than last year. And
I
as
know what
for
you
the
wanted to say.
ceiling,
I know what you
I
want to
see
say,
us
but
You
winning.
want to say better than the Packers. I know you want to say it. You can say it. It's
Go ahead,
fine.
say it,
I know
say
that's
it.
what you want to say.
Say it. This is all about you, bud.
Yeah,
Hey, it's an
yeah.
FTP
We
Friday
want
on
to be
my show.
yeah,
You
yeah.
can
We
say,
want to be
why you say
better
that?
than the
Because this is the
Packers.
year to do so. This is the year to be better than the Packers. Is
Mhm.
this one right here? This is when they're
Yeah,
at their
yeah.
I don't want to say weakest, but it's not the best offense we've seen Aaron Rodgers have in a while. So this is the year. So you can say it. Be proud. Go
Yeah,
get the horn, bro.
yeah. We want to be better than the Packers.
All right, there it is.
Everybody
There
does.
it
Everybody does.
And then,
But guess what? Everybody but the
yeah,
Bears is better at wide receiver than the Packers.
yeah. So
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
here it is.
That's not wrong at all.
No, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Nikhil Harry's in the team, so there's Terry right in there.
Oh my Jesus.
Okay.
Forgot
No,
about
yeah, N'Keal Harry is with
Now,
the Bears.
that. No,
And he got hurt already.
here it is.
Of course he did.
Here it is. Ceiling, I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna say around 11, 12 wins.
Ooh.
Floor around 8 wins.
Ooh.
I knew it. I was waiting for him to say it, and he did. So sorry, I'm proud of you.
I'm
because
proud of him too.
You stood.
He went homer, and I like it.
He went homer.
I like
knew
it
he
that
was
you
gonna
went
do it.
homer.
I like it. I like it. That's good.
I like it. Spicy.
That's
I
good.
like it.
That's good. Good
Hey.
job. Good job.
Oh
good
my
job.
God,
Hey,
Alex. Look at
hey.
his face.
I'm ready.
All right,
Hey,
Alex. go
bring
ahead.
on everybody. We're gonna whoop. We're gonna beat them. Bring on the Cowboys. Bring on the Packers. Bring on the Lions. Bring everybody. We'll
Translation, you
come
want
to
to say
the
we're gonna
dome
whoop your
and
ass.
get
That's what
whooped.
you want to say.
Okay.
I'll do it for you.
Yeah,
I'll
but
personally worry about it.
I love the fact you're saying that, but I'm going to stymie it with what I started earlier. Brand new coaching staff. You switch from a 4-3 defense to a 3-4, and I don't care how much talent you had on the defense in the 4-3. It ain't a 3-4. That's a bunch of square pegs and round holes. It's going to take them 5 to 6 weeks to adjust, as it does every team that does that defensive scheme change. You got a brand new offensive scheme. Yes, Kirk Cousins is a good to above average, but not elite quarterback.
Cash money, Kirk.
He's won 3 primetime or playoff games combined in his career, and 2 of those was with the Foreskins.
I agree with you, Richard. The Packers will not win the North. The Vikings are gonna win the North.
heard that so long. Oh my God.
So that being said, I have the window of wins because of the struggling early on defense and a little bit on the offense because you got brand new play callers. You got the guy that held the clipboard for Kyle Shanahan, and you got the other guy that held the clipboard as an assistant to an offensive coordinator. So you got 2 guys that's never called an offensive game plan as head coach and OC. You got a guy that's never been a defensive coordinator as your defensive coordinator, and you switched the scheme with a brand new defensive coordinator, and you kept most of your defense together. So I see 7 to 10 wins.
Okay. I like that you said that. It's interesting because you said it takes about 2 months. Let's go with, right?
5
Their
to 6
first
weeks, yeah.
2 games is very interesting because they have Green Bay first, who have babies of wide receivers and Randall Cobb. So maybe that's winnable. We'll see. We got Philadelphia. That's also a brand new team we'll get to later who has some promise, right? Then you got your Detroit Lions, another team who has continuity. So we'll see how you guys go against them in that early. The New Orleans Saints at London, I believe. So that's going to be a nice matchup. They're going to beat the Bears. Who cares? And then Miami, another new team. But that's new team 6 weeks in. So I'm very interested to see how at that point will they have things together? Is this a good first 7 games for you to have a brand new, not only a brand new defensive scheme, basically a brand new damn secondary who kids are all 22 years old. I'd love to see how that goes for them.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking
It gets harder after
speaking of the defense for the 4-3, or what's it called?
Yeah.
It went from a 4-3 to a 3-4.
Yeah, Danielle Hunter used to play that in college at LSU.
I understand, but is he not in his second contract now? How long has it been since he played a 3-4? He's now a 4-3 guy.
No, I'm excited. It's
He hasn't played 3-4 since his college years.
All right, so we're gonna see how that works. So I'm gonna ask Alex a question.
Yeah, because he had the greatest facial expression I've ever seen when he said 11 to 12 wins.
Tell us about the Minnesota Vikings. And
by the way, Tony Dale's here, Mr. Buccaneer.
Yeah.
We didn't even introduce because we were in the middle of the talk.
Don't worry, Tony. I can't.
Oh, I know what Tony. I know what Tony was gonna say. I know what Tony's gonna say.
I go ahead, Alex.
For starters, I'm just starting this right now. They're not better than Detroit. I'm just gonna start off with that right now. They're not even better than Detroit to me. I like their offense. Don't get me wrong. I like Kirk Cousins more than most people do. Though Double J Jetta is, you can make the argument it's the best receiver in the league already. You can make that argument. But you got Thielen, who's up there in age, so we'll see if he still got it.
Yeah, he's starting to get hurt. It's starting to come up for him. Yeah.
You got what's good, bro?
What's good, Tony?
You got.
What I miss?
Hold on.
You missed crap, and now we're on Minnesota. Sorry,
Crap.
crap.
Oh, that is crap.
There we go.
You missed crap in Minnesota. I love it.
But carry on.
But
All right, so
you got Irv Smith, who I'm about to say he just coming off an injury, and I don't think really have a full year of him being a starting tight end, so we don't know what we're getting from that.
Good point.
That defense is can't see it, especially in the secondary. Was it Danielle Hunter? Is Darius Smith is cool. Eric Kendricks shows a regression already. But their secondary, unless Lewis Seen and Andrew Booth are instant impacts, that secondary is gonna be bottom 5 again. And
we're embarrassing last year. That's a good point.
And also, you better pray. You better pray to everything that you don't get to a situation where you gotta make a game-winning field goals, because more often than not, you're going to miss. But
Minnesota curses.
But saying they can win, saying they're gonna win the North. Let's worry about being better than Detroit first. That's what I'm gonna say. 4-6, but I'll say this: if everything works out, I'll say this ceiling is 10. If everything works out, but they have that 1 year.
So you're right there with me. You're right there with me.
But
I said 7 to 10 because I see that after week 6, which is our bye week, and then we go play Dallas. I see that's when they're going to start having that defense gel together because the talent's there. They got to learn it. That's what I was getting at.
Mm-hmm. I got you. I'm just saying, like, just in general, is like.
All right, Tulio. Can you hear us?
I think he's walking around. I don't know.
Yeah, he's walking around doing his job. He can't hear you, buddy. Whenever you're ready, let us know. So, Tony.
What's up?
Minnesota. Ceiling and floor, man.
Failure.
Failure.
I already know what he's going to
say. Yes. What was that, Wheels?
Wheels.
I said, you already know what you're going to say, so I'm not going to even say nothing.
No, you don't. It's okay. Just call me when you win a Super Bowl. We'll have the conversation another day, buddy. Anyways, at best for Minnesota, I think. Anyways, I hate car drivers. Anyways, best for Minnesota, I think second place in their division. They just need to step up with the quarterback, Kirk Cousins. They got a new coach. So let's see what they can do. No more excuses for that franchise. No excuses.
Excuses for 3.
People got to learn.
Justin Jefferson. Just saying.
I think their ceiling maybe 10 wins, maybe. That's being generous. Their floor, maybe 8.
Okay. So that's
if they can stay healthy.
In the middle. Okay. So,
Their usual spot,
okay.
basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Remember, Cash Money Kirk. Everybody remember that. My man, that's a rich man. He knows how to get his cash.
I have
Cash Money Kirk.
I have a question for Cesario before we move on. Cesario,
Okay.
is there a game? Is there a game on your schedule?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Y'all hear me?
Yes.
I appreciate
All right.
your loyalty, man.
All right, hold on. Before I get to Cesario, Tulio, Cesario, is there a game on your schedule that you're most looking forward to, and it cannot be a divisional game?
Oh yeah, I forgot we asked that question in the guide. Oops.
Yeah.
Well, damn.
Actually, yes.
Oh Lord.
2.
Oh Lord.
What is it?
It's against your Patriots on Thanksgiving. And November 21st, bring on those Cowboys. I want revenge.
Okay.
Oh, that took a
Nah, I guess so.
All right, Tulio.
That's easy for Dallas. Just bench.
Yeah.
All right, Tulio. Your thoughts on the Minnesota Vikings?
My thoughts on the Vikings. I hate to say it. I'm going to call them the Vikings.
Don't hate to say it.
I already credit them, so you want to
I'm not
go ahead.
Alex already probably said everything. I have to say that because
Hey, let him talk.
quarterback, he's just average at best. He's average at best. So most wins you guys are going to get is 9, and your ceiling is 5. No. The ceiling is 9. The floor is 5. It just has to be that way because I can't trust that quarterback, and Dalvin Cook always gets hurt.
He's already hurt. He's been already hurt once this preseason.
Tulio, my boy, if the Vikings go 5-12, I don't think you're gonna hear anybody laugh louder than me. So.
I'm just calling as I see it.
Guys, I hate to do this, but I have to run my podcast at 8 o'clock, and I got to set a few things up in the studio. It was a pleasure to be here.
No problem, man.
Absolutely, bro.
Little quick rundown. Who is your next team, real quick? Who is your next team?
Hold on, Jeremy. Before you go, if you can plug your podcast right now. You can plug your where you're from.
And the answer is New Orleans.
My
Saints.
podcast is Kneecap Biting with Smoke and Jeremy B. I talk Lions on Mondays and Fridays at 8. I talk the whole NFL and NFL news on Wednesdays at 8. You can find me on YouTube. You can also find me on my Facebook page, which is Motor City Kneecap Biters, and I share it everywhere. I put it on everything, just like Sauce Gardner.
Perfect.
Nice.
Perfect.
All right, man. All right. What the hell gonna keep controversy, buddy?
No, we're gonna see you again.
Let's see you again, brother.
What's that next team you were gonna go do?
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
New Orleans?
No, hold on. Nobody talking about New Orleans.
Okay, I gotta go. So let me just get this done.
Go.
I got him at 6-9 wins, getting second place in the division and possibly a wild card team. And the only reason why I say that, we don't know how many games Kamara is going to miss yet because they are still talking about it.
Okay. Not bad.
Have a great day, everybody.
Have a good one. Pleasure.
Take care.
Yeah. See you later, Jeremy. Lions, don't pose a threat to me.
You're a Vikings fan. You know what a threat is.
All right, so New Orleans. So Famous James is in the building. I gotta ask my boy Alex. Let's go. Famous James. How you feeling about him right now?
After that unfortunate injury against
Tony, right on, see Tony.
After that unfortunate injury against his former team, in Buccaneers at Halloween, very scary sight for my boy Jameis Winston. But hopefully he can actually stay healthy to have a good season because he's still got up left in the tank. Because in his first 7 games, he got a touchdown in situation of 14-3. Had one really bad game against the Panthers, which God, but everything else he was either good to great. Now, the Saints are like in that weird spot where they have the pieces to contend. It's just whether Famous James can bring them over the top. Because you still got Marshawn Lattimore. who's one of the better corners in the league. You got Paulson T, who's a good, solid young corner as well. And they actually gave the Saints receivers, something that the Saints didn't have last year. Michael Thomas is coming back. I think he got injured again. I think. I could be wrong. They drafted Chris Olave, lost Torn Arson, and got Trevor Penning. But I think this is a really good team. Now, and then losing Sean Payton will hurt. I'm not like that's not going to hurt, but I still think they are going to be a good team. Are they going to win the division? No, that's reserved for the Buccaneers. But anyways, but Saints will split with the Buccaneers. Like I can't say like they always do because you should sweep them. But James has a great year, gets that contract, and I'll say their ceiling is 11, but their floor is like 6 if shit goes wrong.
Okay, Tony.
Yo,
Tony, we know you can't stand those Sam New Orleans Saints. We know you can't stand them. But from a Buccaneers fan standpoint, what is your best case and worst case scenario for those Saints?
I mean, like Alex said, Winston has to stay healthy. They have Michael Thomas back in the building. They got to worry about Alvin Kamara, what goes on with him. But the Saints, unlike some people, I'm not going to be homer, they own us. They've owned us how many years now? Especially with Winston in the building.
The
New Orleans is still
right?
a tough team. They don't have Sean Payton. That's the question. Can they do it without Sean Payton? We all know about Drew Brees. He just left y'all out of nowhere. Honestly, Saints they might win the division. It could be a fight, Tampa or the Saints, because again, nobody's worried about the Panthers. The Falcons are still rebuilding. Those 4 bastards still rebuilding, like always. So it's gonna be a fight with Tampa and the Saints.
Okay.
Their ceiling maybe 11. Depends what goes on for them. Their ceiling, their floor maybe 8.
Okay. Tulio.
Shut up, my boy James.
Tulio, my friend. New Orleans Saints. What's your New Orleans?
New Orleans Saints, man. I think at the most, 8 wins.
Ooh.
And their floor is 5. It's just, who are they now? They have no identity.
I don't hate that statement at all. The reason being is because things are a lot different in that place now. Obvious one, like you said, Sean Payton is gone, and Dennis Allen, their old defensive coordinator, moved up to the head coaching spot. We coached Raiders before, right?
Raiders, yeah.
That was a death trap. I don't know if you remember that. But I wonder how things will be. And that's an aging defense, especially up front. So, what Cameron Jordan company. So I want to see if they still can keep their motor going. Their safeties are a little bit different too. They have an older Tyrann Mathieu replacing Marcus Williams, who was a very solid safety for them for years. So we'll see how that goes too.
Marcus May.
Yeah, and they do have Marcus May, who is a good player. So we'll see how things go with them. Their defense, I'm assuming, is going to be around the same as usual, but offensively, where their offensive line is a little bit changing on the zone since they have lost Teron Armstead at the left tackle position. Michael Thomas is back, but like you say, he might be dinged up in the hamstring thing. You see that word hamstring next to a receiver's thing. You see that Q, you know what I mean? And in the injury reports, that questionable, you never know a damn thing was going to happen. So we'll see. But it did get Chris Olave off the draft, and he was my favorite player off the damn draft. Forget receiver. I love me some Chris Olave. So if he plays as good as I think he's going to be, Jameis might have something, but he also did have stuff in Tampa also.
30 for 30 club.
Still throwing interceptions. So although he was playing clean last year, that was a very small sample size. So this is right here what we're all waiting for. Is he going to clean it up?
Listen, it's what happens when you actually have, a line.
This will be like the best line. That's actually a fact. So,
and not
it's all on him at this point. Him and Dennis Allen. So I think their ceiling is 10 with a possible wild card berth, and their floor I'll go with 6. I have the schedule here. It's kind of middle of the pack. You know, they do have Atlanta games, so
That's a
easy.
win.
You know, they got, you know what I'm saying? They got Carolina games is mostly easy. They have Seattle.
That's right.
You know what I mean? They have Arizona. I think DeAndre comes back.
That's a
Probably
loss.
back by then.
But then after that, it gets a little tricky because you got Minnesota early at London. That's not easy. They have Tampa, even though they've played beautifully against Tampa the last 2 seasons specifically.
Minnesota, that's a loss.
This should be the year. This should be at least a split. So we'll see. They have the Las Vegas Raiders in the middle of the season. We have Baltimore. They have a tricky Pittsburgh team. Although they're not going to be as good as we established last week, they won't be as good as they've been in years past. That's still the Pittsburgh Steelers. You don't sleep on the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that's not an easy game. They have the defending Super Bowl champions right after that, and San Francisco. So they have a murder's row of possibly. Oh no, sorry. Let me go back further. They have Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals in week 5, then week 6. Then they have Arizona with DeAndre Hopkins back. Then they have the Las Vegas Raiders. Then they have Baltimore. Then they have Pittsburgh. Then they have Rams. Then they have the San Francisco 49ers. Then to top it off, Tom Brady again. That is a murder's row. They can get past that at least 500. That more than likely will be a playoff team. But that's the stretch we're all circling in the calendars for the New Orleans Saints. That about 8-ish game stretch right there is going to say it all about the Saints. We'll find out how good they are after that stretch. Their bye week is also very late at week 14 in December. Usually not that good either. You don't want a bye week that late. There's a lot of football playing in a row. So we'll see about the New Orleans Saints. But I'll say 10 as their ceiling and 6.
Cesario, we haven't heard from you in a bit. The New Orleans Saints.
Yo,
Oh Lord.
the Saints.
Oh boy.
Bring those Mardi Gras divas to London. We'll be ready for them.
Okay. So what's your best case scenario for the New Orleans Saints?
Oh Lord.
Best case scenario, if Michael Thomas can stay healthy. So ceiling is 8 wins, floor 5 wins.
Oh no.
Forgetting something right now.
Okay.
We're forgetting something.
Don't worry,
Michael
Tony.
Thomas,
I got a
does
better
he-
record for your Buccaneers.
Does Michael
so
Thomas
don't
even
worry.
want to play on that team?
He come to real
Michael Thomas
Saints.
even want to play over there?
Well, he looked a bit rejuvenated than the little that he played, but it was preseason. So the hell can we take
I'm
from
just
that?
saying, does he really want to play there? I mean, he was starting to pull some nonsense. So
I
yeah,
mean,
wait and see.
to be fair, I mean, at least James is back. At least have to play with Taysom Hill's whack ass, garbage ass, or Trevor Simeon's whack ass. So at least you guys got Jameis Winston back.
Or Ian Book.
Huh?
Or Ian Book.
Or bum ass Ian Book.
Oh come on, you're the Saints. You can work, can't you?
Yes. So we're moving on.
You said yours?
I pretty much.
That was a long time ago. I didn't remember when you said that.
So pretty much we're gonna move on to the playoff teams, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, we're actually going by faster than last week.
Yes, we
believe it
are.
or not.
The Philadelphia Eagles. I'm gonna start off here. I like the moves. Like I said, there's a reason why Howie Roseman still has a job in Philadelphia.
He's like the most open guy GM ever.
He's literally a roller coaster type of GM where there's some moves he makes is like, what the hell are you thinking? And he makes moves that he did in the all-season ways that okay.
In the draft.
In the
Getting
draft.
AJ Brown.
Yeah, and like I said, okay, here we go. This is what we doing here.
Mind you, still had like 2 picks. And he still got AJ Brown. Spending one of them. It's like he did good.
Yes.
He really is trying to. I don't know if he's trying to technically support Jalen Hurts or if he's supporting the next guy. That might be the question we need answered. We're not gonna get the answer until January, but that might be where we're going towards. Is this for Jalen Hurts or is this for next quarterback?
Yeah. Now I do feel is Jalen Hurts like best option for the Eagles team?
Yes.
Yes. But it's not saying much. But we're gonna go with that. All right. I look. He does have a lot of weapons around him. His defense is actually improved a lot younger. So that's pretty good right there and there. I feel that their ceiling is 10 games. they could possibly win the division. Honestly speaking, I know Cowboy fans. I don't like that. Sorry, Richard. Sorry, Kurt, but that's what it is. The Philadelphia Eagles could probably win this division at 10, 11 games, and their floor could be 8 to 9. I still think this is a playoff team anyway. I think the playoff team. I think the sky's the limit. The division is the sky, and they can see what they do from there. But I think I do like the moves they made and the direction they're going. Okay, so I'm gonna go with let's go Tulio. Philadelphia Eagles.
I think he's on a train.
You there, bro?
We can hear you.
No, we can't hear you.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Tulio.
You need to invest on some headphones, B.
I think he has headphones on.
I
Right
some
on the
AirPods. I'm saying, get this something.
All right.
In the meantime,
we'll move on to Tony Dale.
What's up?
Philadelphia Eagles.
They could probably win their division, even though it's an easy division win. Question really is Jalen Hurts the guy for Philly? Because I've heard mixed feelings. Some say he's the guy. Some say they need to move on. They got a new coach now. The only threat in that division, sadly, I hate saying this, Dallas. That's the only threat they really have in that division. The Giants are the Giants. Nobody was worried about Daniel Jones. Washington, no one's worried about Washington. So for the Eagles, I think they're still.
What about now?
We can hear you.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I think Philly's ceiling's maybe 11. Their floor is 8.
At most 11 wins, at least. Oh crap! Never mind.
Well, go ahead, Tony. Hold on one second. Go ahead, Tony.
Can I go yet?
I think for Philly, I think Philly, their ceiling's 11. Ceiling's 11, and their floor is maybe 8.
All right, cool. Tulio.
That's what I had. I had that same thing, and the reason why I have that is I think even though AJ Brown is hurt a lot, Jalen Hurts, even if he is not that good of a quarterback, there's a presence about him, and there's a presence about AJ Brown, and I think those two and that defense will probably help rally each other, and I wouldn't be shocked if they made the playoffs even. I wouldn't be shocked.
Alex, Philadelphia Eagles.
This year's make it bigger for Jalen Hurts, hence why they trade for that Saints first round pick. Because if he's trash, they're using that pick to replace him. And that's just the bottom line. But yeah, like you said about Harry Roseman, if there's one thing about him, thank you by the way. If there's one thing about him is this. He's very, very aggressive. Like whether it hurts the team or helps them, that's just the way he is. Now
He's got a Super Bowl out of it, so
right. Yeah, you have a great receiving core like Quez Watkins. Love Devontae Smith, who I think is the best receiver in that draft class, personally. Love AJ Brown, and I like Zach Pascal when they picked him as well. And you know what this means? Jalen Reagor doesn't have to play.
Well then, that is a great observation. That is true.
Yes. Okay, Cesario.
what about Seiko Whiteside?
Yes. The Philadelphia Eagles.
The Sheagles.
The Sheagles, okay.
They still got a Super Bowl like you guys in Minnesota.
Yeah, but now it's Jalen Hurts.
Why?
So ceiling 7 wins, lower 5 games.
Got to be what's
5
Chicago?
wins.
7 wins.
Mhm.
Okay. So sorry, I have to ask you because I'm kind of lost here. Why 7 games for the Eagles? Like I'm trying to see where your head is at.
Cause it's Jalen Hurts. I don't know.
I mean, Jalen Hurts has weapons now. So what do you think? You think that even with the weapons, he's not gonna be good?
But he was serviceable last year.
I mean, the only good wide receiver is AJ Brown.
Okay.
Yeah, but they have
Their defense, they have
Devontae
Kobe
Smith.
Dean and Jordan Davis. And Cox.
I didn't mention defense, right?
The defense
That's
got
about
younger.
it. That's about it.
Okay. All right. Next team is the.
Oh, we're
Niners,
going
right?
moving on.
Yeah, we're moving on. Yeah. It's the 49ers.
Yep.
The San Francisco 49ers. And I wish Nicole Krez was here because that would have been great. So we're gonna start with.
Let me see if
Start
I
with
can
you.
get her.
Start with you. Yeah.
Little old me.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, little old me. All right, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this Jimmy Garoppolo thing.
Jimmy
But
Jesus.
yeah, Jimmy Jesus, I don't know, because that dude, man,
Marquise.
people don't like him. He's pretty polarizing, but he gets to NFC Championship games, man. I'm just saying. Trey Lance has big shoes to fill, man.
Where's Raul? You need him.
I know, right?
Stand down somewhere. You get it right.
Because there's a lot of pressure on that kid, believe it or not. This is a win now mode team, and then they got extra pieces to fix they secondary a bit. You know what I'm saying? Like Davius Ward. You know what I mean? They trying to make moves to make themselves completely relevant, and they even re-signed Debo after all that little fake drama that we had going on. All talk about he want to get traded and all this garbage. I'm sick of these receivers doing this. By the way, divas. But anyway,
Baby.
yeah, but. They caved, they gave him his money, so that team is ready to go. Is Trey Lance gonna do this? Is the question. We have 0 to 0 amount of evidence to see if that's actually possible, because the kid barely at all ever freaking played, and they traded everything to get this dude 3rd overall, I believe, in 2020 draft or 2021 draft. There's a lot that this kid has to prove. And it's hard to us to really make a real analysis about this. It's because we have no damn clue if it's going to happen or not. But we do know one thing.
That Jerry G not going to start playing for the 49ers.
That's true. But I was more so saying that Kyle Shanahan is a damn good fucking coach. So if anything, this is what everybody's faith is going towards. Is going towards Kyle Shanahan's coaching. Is he's going to be able to coach this kid and make him at least viable enough for them to hit another NFC Championship game, which would be what, 3rd out of 4?
Yeah,
Something like that. Yeah, that's what this comes down to, because that defense, as injured as it was last year, was still getting after the quarterback and still getting them stops when needed. Believe it or not, it's crazy. So that team is still here. And we were asking questions about John Lynch and company last year's show until they went on this run at the end of the season, made the playoffs, embarrassed Dallas, and then went to the NFC Championship game. You know, beating his son and Aaron Rodgers. Will this happen again?
And was a dropped interception away from a Super Bowl.
Was a dropped interception away. Yes. That's the thing. I don't know if people remember that. They were a dropped interception.
Funny, by the way. Jaquiski Tart.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up their schedule here, but my phone wants to act stupid. So we can really analyze things. But as you can see me clicking Sam Stan's name, right? Yes. Thank you. Jesus Lord. Anyway.
They have no schedule.
They have no schedule. They're automatically gonna put 12 games, right? It starts off pretty decent though. They got Chicago and Seattle first, which is easy as hell.
2 wins.
Yeah, but then you got Denver after that, and I don't know how long it will take for Russell Wilson to get things going. If he's getting going, things getting going already, that's going to be a hard game, especially
his children,
Denver.
Huh? Is it San Francisco his children though?
Yeah, but I don't know if that's him or if that's Seattle. I don't know.
No, I feel you, but
yeah, they're going to Denver though. So at Denver early in the season,
that's hell playing. It's hell playing.
The altitude ain't fun to breathe in. And then you have their sons in the Los Angeles Rams. Then it gets interesting. They don't have a break. It looks like in the schedule, because then they'll have Rams, who they usually whip their ass, but then they got Carolina trash, Atlanta trash, Kansas City, and then Rams again on their bye week. Then you got the overrated Chargers, and you got Arizona, you got Miami, Tampa Bay. So it's pretty.
My headphones should work now.
We're in San Francisco. So if it's like the trail of most people's expectations, is actually a pretty hard schedule. So,
I know
Trey Lance has an interesting amount of things to prove. I'm gonna go with. I think if he's good, their ceiling is like 13. If he's good, if he's not good, their floor I will say is as low as 7. I'm gonna go 13 to 7 because there's too much talent in this team. And that coach is still damn good. So. I will go 13-7 for the San Francisco 49ers. I think they're going to be good.
All right, Tulio. What about the 49ers, Tulio?
Can I start? Can I go on a little rant here about somebody?
Yes.
What?
Go nuts.
As long as you don't curse them out, I'm good.
I don't. When did they? That quarterback that they had, who gave him all this praise and who anointed him? Because I know I was one of those people that wasn't on that sold on him.
Yes.
He played 1.5 games for us and got hurt. I knew right then and there he's not a franchise quarterback. Then he goes over there, does his little 5 little wooden thing at the end of the season. Then the offseason, what does he want to do? You have all the options in the world, and you choose to be messing around with a stripper. Or not with a stripper, with a porn star. All the options.
Yeah.
Porn star Jimmy.
And people thought this guy was a franchise quarterback? You out of your mind? The only reason he succeeded is because of that defense and that running game. But you're right. He's not going to be the quarterback this year. Trey Lance is going to take over. And I think there's still going to be a few growing pains. So I'm going to give them, you know what? I'll be 10 wins at the most, and I'll give them 8 wins as a floor.
Okay.
Because I think Trey Lance is going to work his ass off.
I am 49er.
Because we know that guy wasn't.
Hey, Nicole, your ceiling is going to be 10 wins with Trey Lance, and your floor is going to be 8 wins at least.
At least they never play a quarterback like you guys in Minnesota, right?
I mean, it's cool. I mean, if Nicole was here, though, but that's neither here nor there. But okay, that makes sense. So you're pretty high on the 49ers this year.
In his standards, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Tony, to answer your question, Trey Lance is barely a rookie, man. Don't compare him to Kirk Cousins.
Anyway, so Tony,
yes.
The 49ers.
Honestly, here's the thing with the 49ers, they're still in a championship now team. They still have a good coach. They have George Kittle still. They can probably get back to the playoffs. Here's their issue, the Rams. Nobody's worried about Seattle. Nobody's worried about the Cardinals. Here's the thing with 49ers. How healthy were they last year? That's the first question we should go off of. They weren't as healthy as they usually are. If they're a healthy team, they could probably get back to the Super Bowl. Let's look at the NFC. The NFC is weak as crap. But like Tulio said, he has big shoes to fill in San Francisco. Well, not really big because of Jimmy Garoppolo. He has to at least earn that famous trust.
Big shoes.
You know what I mean?
Ain't no big shoes. They ain't no big shoes. What shoes? No, ain't no big shoes.
I'm saying as a franchise as a whole.
Please. That guy did bare minimum. Big shoes.
All right,
like Tulio said. Tulio said he had big shoes.
No, almost kept New England. Anyways, I'm saying as a franchise as a whole, he has big shoes to fill. We all know that team wants another championship.
Oh crap.
Okay, Alex.
He said his records?
Yeah, he did.
I'm bugging. I'm sorry. My bad.
Possibilities for this Niners team is endless, in my honest opinion.
I agree.
If there's one thing I can promise this year, the defense is going to be good. At bare minimum. That defense is going to be good. They have a lot of talent on that defense. On the offensive end, you have Elijah Mitchell, who broke out the scene his rookie year. You got back Deebo Samuel, who was the best player in the league last year.
Hold on a second, bro. I hear the Family Guy in the back. That gets to get cut off. That's why I keep muting it. You understand? So either mute the TV or get muted, one or the other. Can't be having no copyright Family Guy in the back because of stuff and us getting in trouble.
That's wrong. No, I'm getting sued today.
That's why. Continue, Alex.
But yeah, like I was saying, like they got Deebo Samuel back. That's cool. They have Ayuk, who in the second half of the season looked pretty good. A lot when the Niners were going on their run on the second half. You got George Kittle, which best tight end in the league, does both at an extremely high level. Is Trey Lance the guy, though? To ask the question, is he the guy? And I'm genuinely not sure.
Thank you.
Okay. No more Family Guy.
No, thank you.
I want-
Thank you.
Yeah, the last thing we
You're
want to do is
welcome.
get sued. We want to get sued. That's why.
You won't sue it. Just turn our shit down. That's why I don't want to have it.
Cool.
But my window, floor 5, ceiling 13.
That's why. 13 to 5. Twice.
Because Jim G wasn't the best quarterback out there, but worried that, but he always did enough. You feel me? And sometimes a person who do too much can be a detriment to your own team, if that makes sense.
I hear that.
Yeah, speaking of Family Guy, Marquise reminds me of Cleveland Brown.
Well, the Minnesota Vikings are still a bum franchise in Minnesota. Let's keep it football, Cesario.
That's crazy.
Right.
All right. Oh, damn. Okay.
Um,
And moving on.
Arizona.
Oh, first?
Yes. You go first. I go after you because I have time for them.
I'm going last.
Oh, there's a lot of things I gotta say about this bum franchise
I will
in
take-
Arizona. For starters, that beginning stretch was one of the fakest things I've ever seen in my life, honestly speaking.
I've said that since last year. Yeah,
You did, I know.
I did.
It's
One and done.
it's marvelous how Cliff Kingsbury still has a job. To me, it's absolutely marvelous because he does not deserve to have a job. He's terrible. I never see a team, like, especially down the stretch of a season, look so consistently soft and stupid.
I hear more static than you. That's why you're getting muted.
You got some static, Julio.
Okay.
Well, that was funny. Hey,
Right.
continue, Alex.
But I think Cliff Kingsbury is too used to coaching 12-game seasons that he wasn't even good at back at Texas A&M. That
I can't believe no one's made that joke yet. I haven't heard that joke. That's funny.
I have actually. Made it.
Yeah?
That's the first I've heard it.
But again,
But no.
Heck no, dog.
Still bad over there, Tulio.
Go ahead, Alex.
but you don't got Hopkins for six games, so that's already bad enough as it is. You traded for Marquise Brown, which in theory is not bad, but the fact you traded a first-round pick for him is the issue that we're dealing with here. You lost Christian Kirk, which I would have paid him $84 million either in your defense. So, so and I have a question which I actually do not know the answer to. Who's the slot receiver?
Oh, who is the receiver? I mean,
Slot
star.
receiver.
I mean, the stars, man. The star. I'm not gonna say his name because
I don't think I
I
Marquise
don't
Brown
want to give a
and
nickname to people.
I'm gonna get Hopkins and Marquise Brown. Who the hell else is there in the receiving corps?
That kid, is it named Edwards? What's his name? No, more.
Oh, Rondale.
Yeah. I don't know if that's their slot, but that's their third receiver.
The only person that Kyler Murray is taller than.
Sure.
And speaking of which, the man who wants to throw a hissy fit and bitch about getting his money like he a wide receiver and has the nerve to do that when that December and that playoff game was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. Like, you may as well not even been there. They would have a better chance if Colt McCoy was a starting quarterback. It was that bad. And their defense lost Chandler Jones, which I'm not really high on to begin with, but that's still somebody.
Is he their back?
But is it everybody frozen for me?
Is Colt McCoy still in the NFL?
I think so. I think so in Arizona. I could be wrong.
I think still Arizona.
We're still in Arizona.
Wow.
Arizona.
Well, y'all already know how I feel about that coach, so I'm not going to say anything. I already said it plenty of times.
But,
Well, I'm gonna continue.
but
But continue, Alex. Go ahead.
yeah, this team they're not good. They're really not. And the fact that you don't have that September stretch of you going like 7-3 to bounce off of because Hawkins is not going to be there. Do they win more than 7 games? I don't think so. But for the sake of the argument, if Kyler Murray actually improves and does his homework and watches film,
Hey.
ceiling 9, 4 is 5. I don't think they win 7 games.
Okay, that's good. I'm in agreement with you right there.
Me too.
Okay. Since Tulio won't say anything about that coach, I will.
I'm going last again.
I will when it's my turn. I'm just gonna wait.
They will not win anything with him as the coach. He is hot garbage. It's bad enough you have a fifth grader as quarterback. You pay a fifth grader $250 million to play quarterback in the league. Then you lost your star receiver for 6 games. So then again, all right, fine. So what are you gonna do? Who are you throwing the ball to? Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown? Really? That's what we're doing right now? No, it's not happening. Not at all. Not at all. This team is overrated. 6 games without D-Hop. No, it's not happening. They're gonna go at least 2-4 in that stretch. That'll be nice. I don't like this Cardinals team. I think they're overrated. They'll be fighting for. They'll be third place in the NFC West because Seattle is going to be 0-17. So then third place by default. So I'm gonna say
I think that's worth.
Their ceiling is 7 wins, and their floor is 4 to 5 games. Yes, they'll be one of those teams that they're the playoff team last year. They won 11, 12 games last year, and the next year they be garbage, and that will continue because Cliff Kingsbury is the coach, and I can't wait for him to get the hell up out of there. Because you know why? Because his ass doesn't deserve to be an NFL head coach.
You have to wait longer for that. He got extended.
Point blank period. He's a joke, and the Cardinals are a joke.
That sucks too, because that bird's cool.
Okay, so Cesario, the Arizona Cardinals.
Arizona Cardinals. Cody Cart's team. Well, for sure they're not gonna be. They're going to be without DeAndre Hopkins. So ceiling is 6 wins. Floor 4 wins.
I mean, they're better than Chicago. I'm just saying.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Hire Cliff Kingsbury, please.
Oh no, I'm agreeing with that though. You gotta go.
Why? So Minnesota could take him next.
Listen, I don't think you want that man on your coaching staff. That's even here or there.
No.
Tony,
what's up?
The Arizona Cardinals, and I must admit they should have hired you as QB because I'm pretty sure y'all the same height. So it doesn't even here or there. So
funny. We'll talk about that another day. Anyways, honestly, here's the thing with the Cardinals. Super Bowl bust, because let's be honest, the Super Bowl's in their stadium. If you're the Arizona Cardinals, do you really believe in Kyler Murray? I mean, you guys gave the dude a contract for him to study his playbook. What team does that shit? Really, what team does it?
Someone who doesn't, who or idiot who gives somebody $2 million. That's neither here nor there.
I mean, hell, give me that kind of money. Hell, that's not the point. Anyways, like Alex said, with Cliff Kingsbury, he needs to go. Here's the thing, and like Alex said, they start off good, and then just fold like they just fold. They fold like it's nothing. If you're a Cardinals fan, you better just pray that Cliff Kingsbury is gone.
I think you want to win 2 games if you're a Cardinals fan. I think you want that.
That's the difference in college and NFL. That's the Longhorns fans. They should have things like that. That's a different story. Anyways, I think their ceiling, if lucky, 11. If they're lucky, their floor is 6.
Okay.
For the NFC West, the Rams are winning that division. Let's be honest.
We'll get to them in a second. Tulio. Nice chance, Tulio.
I can't even see them.
The Arizona Cardinals. Your favorite coach and ours. Go ahead.
Oh, God, you're going to get us all arrested.
I cannot hear him.
I can't even see him. Can anybody see him?
Nope.
Barely. There's a lot of light behind them.
I can't even see him at all.
We can't hear him at all. So we're about to move on to the Los Angeles Rams, the Super Bowl champions.
Yeah, it was just a fun day for me.
Yeehaw. I have no introduction. I just don't. They actually got better. Actually, they may have lost Whitworth, but they have a pretty decent backup behind them. So they may not miss him as much as everybody might think he is, but they wind up picking Allen Robinson, and he's more than likely gonna actually want to play football this year. So they got better. But there are two things. One, Stafford did not finish the season well, even though the playoffs he was viable. But he did get an elbow injury, and I would like to see if that's gonna do anything to him, because if it does, that kind of changes things. Did I stall enough for Tulio? Yes, I did. Maybe.
Still can't see Tulio, but that's a different story.
I did not stall enough. Can't hear you again, buddy.
Can't see you. No, you can see him.
Right, to John Cena, right?
Tulio
So,
Mango.
for continuing for the Los Angeles Rams, the defense actually might be the same. I don't think they lost much in the defense at all, actually. So let's see if the Super Bowl stuff, the Super Bowl hangover crap, see if that continues on. But the Rams, their floor is what, 10, and their ceiling is what, 13?
13. I truly believe that.
Like, there's not much to say about this team. They're the same, adding Allen Robinson instead of Odell Beckham Jr. Okay.
Yes, and you got lost Robert Woods, who
didn't play, was hurt last year. So
yeah, I agree. Like, the sky's literally the limit. We think to possibly see the repeat if anything possible.
I will say this, I forgot, because they do like to run the football in this Sean McVay way. Sony Michel isn't there, and as he may not be a dynamic back, he is a dependable one, and that did not fumble. Unlike and somebody who single-handedly brought Tampa Bay back in that playoff game in Cam Akers. So who fumbled twice in the
Am I fully back?
You're good.
Yes.
Am I fully back?
You're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
One more time.
Okay. I got to go back to this. I'm disappointed in everybody because you guys called that coach by the wrong name the whole time.
Us.
His
name is Spliff Queensberry.
Tulio, I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought about calling him that. I did think about
That's
it.
the real name.
For you. That's your name, bro.
No. It should have been no thinking. I know, but everybody should call him that because number one, how did he even get that job? You failed at your own alma mater. You failed, and yet people thought he was this brilliant head coach. Are you kidding me? Over Jim Caldwell and others? How does this happen? You can't win in college with Patrick Mahomes.
Not winning college.
Oh Lord,
what's going on over here?
You can not win college.
So even then, okay, you get into the NFL. That's all good and well, but then you get into your first Madden game. You shouldn't even worry about no fucking video games, and you're worried about how you look in the fucking video game. Before that, with one of his first press conferences to the team, he's talking about giving motherfuckers cell phone breaks. Excuse my language. Cell phone breaks. This man's talking about. You kidding me? T Sizzle, Terrell Suggs, he came from the Ravens. He was like, you know what? I'm just going to play in Arizona, and I'm going to retire. At least I'm going to be at home. He couldn't wait to pack his bags and get his ass to Kansas City when it says another ring. That's how bad it was. That's how bad it is over there in Arizona. Larry Fitzgerald, he could probably still play. He's like, nah, I'm going to sit this out. That coach is garbage. I don't know what they were thinking. And they fired – who they fired? I forgot who they had at coach. But
Steve Wilkes. I think his name, right?
Steve Wilkes?
Okay.
Yeah.
Really? For this guy?
Steve Wilkes, yeah.
I don't even know if he's good or not, to be honest.
Steve Wilkes, yeah.
But
they could have done worse than coach.
But the thing is, with that coach, we didn't know. But with this coach, we knew he was trash.
Yeah.
We knew he was trash from the get-go.
Yeah, sure as I did.
He was trash from the get-go. They got this short, sawed-off quarterback over here who you guys want to pay all this money to. You have to ask him to be committed. I don't want to be a homer, but when did you ever ask if number 12 was committed? Ever. When did you ask if number 18 for the Colts and for the Broncos was ever committed? You never had these questions with franchise quarterbacks. What? Franchise quarterbacks, if you know they don't, you know within like the first few games they have it or not. That's why Ryan Leaf never made it. Jamarcus Russell never made it. They didn't have that commitment factor. This kid obviously doesn't. I'm even questioning Trevor Lawrence right now. But damn, really, Cardinals? You went from Kurt Warner beating the Super Bowl, and now this is where you're at.
A fifth grader playing Madden.
Yeah, I'm going to end it now. I'm just going to go ahead and say the most games we're going to win is 7. And that's their ceiling, and the floor is probably like 4 wins.
Give or take.
This is where they bottom out. This is where they bottom out, man.
Your Los Angeles Rams take 2.
My Rams, oh crap. The Rams, they have a ceiling of, I'm going to say 13 wins.
Exactly what I said too.
And the floor is 11.
They're going to be good.
Like, I mean,
I can't argue that.
Where's the competition going? Where's the competition coming from? Like, let's be real.
I can't argue that.
Want to put did you guys pull up the schedule yet? Because usually one is
let me
good at
pull it up.
pull up the schedule.
Arizona's,
No, Rams.
No, the Rams. Oh, we have the Rams. We have the Rams already. The
All
open up against Buffalo. That's already a tough game right there.
Everybody else did the Cardinals, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the schedule, they start off obviously next. Is it next week or do we got 2 weeks? Sorry, 2 weeks.
too long.
I'm that hopeful. It's Buffalo. It was already a tough ass game, but hey, big one. Then they got easy Atlanta, easy-ish Arizona. They got San Francisco, who's owned them for years. They have Dallas, Carolina. Their schedule is not that hard, but I can see moments, especially if they like their talent level lowers a bit, that they can lose a little bit of game. Because the 2 San Francisco games, they have Tom Brady, they have Mahomes, they have the Rams. They play the AFC West, so it's not the easiest schedule, but they're supposed to be the Super Bowl champions, so they're supposed to get over and play. So you know what I mean? So yeah. So I can see it, but nah, they're good. They're just as good or better than most of the teams I just said. So
and they're playing in a division where they're playing against a division where Russell Wilson is new. Russell Wilson is brand new to that team, so you know.
Yes, but they do play at week 16. So by then, Russell Wilson either he gets it or he doesn't.
Yeah, it's not even that. Yeah, I'm like, what am I saying? I mean, Russell Wilson when he first came back to Wisconsin, he was legit, and then when he first came to Seattle, he was all right too. So what am I saying? Yeah, my bad. Just that. Like he's good at coming into situations and just doing his thing.
Yeah, that's a future Hall of Famer we're talking about for a reason. Yeah,
I think we're all in agreement with the Rams. They're going to be. I mean,
we can move on, basically. Yeah, everybody going to say 12, 13, 14.
Yeah.
Lowest, like 10. Like, they're going to be good. Let's take some time and skip these bastards.
Okay. I waited a long time for this. Tony and Cesario, let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm going last on this one.
Okay, so we'll go with non-hater Cowboy fans. Or Cowboy haters or whatever. I might
be the only one.
I don't have the Cowboys either.
Oh, because I don't give a shit about the Cowboys. To be honest. Sorry, Richard.
I like So overall, so obviously this team will find a way to, unfortunately, see.
Don't say unfortunately. Don't say that.
The reason why I say that is because the amount of talent this team has, and they just can't find a way to get it done. It's just
what's crazy though is that they're starting to lose that talent now.
They are
little by little,
but
so they aren't as talented as they were.
But to y'all, that's America's team to y'all. So I'll let you have it. Whatever. I feel that there's obviously going to be a playoff team. Obviously, I do.
Who said? Wait.
Obviously. I think they'll be a playoff team. I've said this in one of our shows before that I still think they'll be. I don't know them in the division, but they'll be a playoff team. I do think that the schedule is kind of iffy for them. You know, they do lose a lot of pieces. I want to see how the receiving core is able to adjust to a lot of losses. The offensive line, though, is still good. It's getting older.
They don't have a left tackle.
Okay, let me finish it.
But
I'm just saying, Tyron Smith, literally rip the muscle. He's done for the year.
Yes, so
they don't have a left tackle. So that line went just now.
But the point is that I still think this team is good enough to pull off at least a playoff berth. I think their ceiling for me is 10. and knowing how the NFC is kind of weak anyway, like it's top heavy, I'll say 9. But I think this is a playoff team. The playoff team. I think the ceiling is 10 and the floor is 9. And I think they'll make the playoffs.
Okay. All right. So I have the schedule. Their first 2 games are devilish. They go out. They got Tom Brady and Burrow in back-to-back weeks to start off the season. Then they have the Giants, who actually plays them tough. So let me not say it like that. They actually play them tough most of the time, the New York Giants. So let me not say they could drop a Giants game. Washington, who they put 50 on last year, so they might do it again. I'm not sure. But then they have the Rams, they have Philly, they have Detroit, and then they have Chicago. So from that stretch alone, they could lose some games on that little stretch alone. Then they have Green Bay, who's owned them since the beginning of time. Then they have Minnesota, they have the Giants again. Then Indianapolis, the rest of the AFC South. Lucky them, that's who they play, of course, right? And then they finish off with Philadelphia, Tennessee, and Washington. So the last half of their schedule is actually fucking cake. But what state will the Dallas Cowboys be in that half of the season? Since all their hard games are before their bye week in week 9. Are they going to be in good enough shape to recover if they have to recover from some of the ass whoopings that are coming their way? Because it will happen in the first half of the season. They're going to get some of them. Will McCarthy be there? Is it actually a really nice question at that point?
But
let's see.
Which kind of falls into my prediction, my prediction for their ceiling and floor. Like I said, they'll find a way because I think the NFC is going to be pretty weak enough where 9 games can get them into a playoff game.
No, 100% can. I agree with that.
9 wins can get them into the playoffs.
The problem we had was obviously
I'm sorry because I had picked them to make the playoffs anyway. So whether or not they win the division or not, I still think this is a playoff team because of how the rest of the NFC is set. But that schedule you mentioned before just pretty much furthered my point. Like
it's not that hard. It's really not.
It's not a hard schedule. So that's just me. Alex,
I think their ceiling to me is 9. That's best case scenario for me. I don't like their defensive personnel. I think they don't have that much of good of a secondary. Trevon Diggs is going to come down to earth. He's not getting 11 picks to save his ass this year. I guarantee you that. So that's going to go down. He's going to actually have to cover. So we'll see if he can actually do that. Okay. I don't even know who's in the defensive line besides DeMarcus Lawrence. I don't remember. I don't know if they drafted somebody. I have no idea because they lost Randy Gregory. I don't know what they got now. They have no left tackle. They got rid of what's his face in Cincinnati. I forget his name. Their old right tackle.
Leo Collins.
He's gone. Yeah, Leo Collins. Yeah, so I don't know what's up with their offensive, like especially their tackle positions. I have to see what's going on there. And are they gonna get rid of Mr. Elite or not? What the hell? What's up with that? Their best running back is Tony Potter. What's up with that?
I mean, they definitely paid guaranteed money, so they can definitely cut him after next year.
They got Gallup coming off an ACL tear, and their best receiver by a long shot at this point is CeeDee Lamb, and ain't nothing else after that. So there's a lot of questions, a lot of talent that went out of this team. So are they really that good? We'll find out. Lucky for them, their schedule is not that hard, especially again in the second half of the season. It's actually very easy. So there's a lot of questions. So I should make that thing bigger. It should be 9 to like 6 or like 5. It should be in that range. I don't know what type of Dallas Cowboys team we're gonna get. Like I say, if that team quits on Mike McCarthy, we're gonna see the amount of damage that's actually gonna happen to them. I'm gonna go 9 to 5.
Okay. Alex.
Question.
Yes.
No. Fuck you. Has Dakota Rain ever had a full consistent season of him playing great football?
Yes, the first one.
He wasn't great though. He was if anything good, but he wasn't great.
Exactly.
But I'm talking about like great. Like
in other words, the answer is no.
Thank you. Anyways, you got that. Which there's always a stretch of the season where he's amazing, and then there's a stretch where it's like, what the hell am I watching?
Yep, Denver.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So there's
Denver
that.
game last year. Woo!
And this team reminds me of 2019 in a sense of they should win a division. According to people, they should. They're not going to though. And there's a few things you gotta look at. And here's lots of similarities if you really think about it. Their coaches are garbage. Talking about Jason Garrett and Mike McCarthy. their receiving core isn't as good as what people say it is. Yet, even though CeeDee Lamb is miles of what Amari Cooper is.
Ooh, hot take.
You don't have James Washington for half the year, so that doesn't help.
That's why I didn't say his name.
You're really relying on Jalen Tolbert to really step up here. I think that's the receiver that they drafted. And again, you don't got Tyron Smith because for the year, because you mentioned Russell, so you're relying on this rookie tackle you drafted in the first round. Cool, whatever. And the less I say about Zeke, the better. For the defense, aside from Trayvon Diggs, which was not even good, was it a secondary?
Mm.
You got Anthony Brown, who where it feels like he led the league in penalties. Because every single time I'm watching him play, he's always holding somebody. You got Jaron Curse, he cool. You got Leighton Vander Esch, who can't stay on the field. And I think so.
I thought he cut him or something.
And you got DeMarcus Lawrence and pieces, if you want to call it that.
I know they have one decent defensive tackle. Forget his name though.
Dorrance Armstrong.
I don't remember if that's his name. I think they do have a good one. I don't remember his name at this moment.
Yeah, say the trash. That's more so where I'm going with this. Their ceiling, if Dak could finally be consistent. Exactly. 10. If he can be consistent. But same old Cowboys, they fall short of expectations. I know you said they played the AFC South, but didn't when they played the AFC East in 2019, they lost to the Jets?
Oh yeah, that happened. I forgot. You're right. Mono whipped his ass.
And the North, Detroit's not a guarantee. Minnesota, every single time they play them tough. And Green Bay, that's literally their father.
Their father, yes.
So that's not your only guarantee win in Chicago, a team that have literally only won one game. And who knows, that one might be you. So, floor 4 bars.
Went 10-4? 10-4? That's your thing?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, Tulio.
I don't think we can hear him though, because I ain't here to train.
Can't hear him.
He muted himself. I know where he is, so.
So, Cesario.
Cesario.
He might be heading on the ground, actually, so maybe done. Cesario, Dallas Cowboys.
Be nice, Cesario. Be nice.
He should be. That used to be his team, remember?
Yeah, you're right.
Those be his team with
Dallas. Let's see the Dallas Cowboys.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, Cowboy Nation, is it your year? Shut the hell up! It's never gonna be your year. Come week 11, you're getting your ass kicked. Week 1, you're getting your ass kicked.
Probably.
So you're going ceiling 10, floor 8.
Okay. Julio, Dallas Cowboys.
10 wins at the most, 5 losses. And everything Alex said, man, I do want to talk about Zeke. Because after he demanded that money, man, did everything go downhill, huh?
A lot of players
after he got his money, it was man.
Jalen Smith,
and also exactly, and also Tony Pollard. He's a good back, but he's not a franchise kind of back. He's gonna get broken. He can't take all those damn hits. So they don't really have a running game like that, except for Pollard. But you can't use Pollard like that. He's only good for like certain plays here, certain plays there. You try to use him like that all season, it's over. And that's it. That's all I got to say.
All right, Tony.
And McCarthy will finish this season because of what's his name? Jerry Jones. He loves hanging on to his coaches. He just does.
Tony Dale, the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm gonna be nice because I'm gonna try to be this again. Honestly, with Dallas, they are built to win a Super Bowl. Let's be honest, but they find a way to screw it up every time. It starts with ownership. In other words, Jerry. For Dallas, maybe 10 wins this year. Maybe 10-4, maybe. But like Alex said, can he stay consistent? Can Ezekiel Elliott get back to what he used to be for Dallas? The other question is Mike McCarthy really going to be there at the end of the year?
Yeah.
Because we all know how Jerry is. He'll keep all of his coaches long enough.
Notice
and then screw it up in the end.
Notice how when the line gets significantly worse, he got significantly worse. What are you to think about?
What do you think about?
Talking about Dak?
No, come on, Zeke.
Talking about Dak.
I was talking about Zeke.
Oh, no, you're right.
I mean, like Tulio said, they paid him all this money. Dude, you're apparently America's team, the star and everything. Go out there and produce. Don't just waste the money. Not waste it, but waste what you guys have in Dallas.
No,
So
the players forced their hand. Zeke forced their hand. Dak forced their hand. And they had to pay Amari for them to keep him, or else he would have gone to Philly. So, yeah.
I have a question.
Go
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Cesaro.
You don't mind if I send a message?
Oh, God.
No. You said a question. What's your question?
Do you mind if you send a message?
Hey, Kerr, hope you're watching.
Really?
Because me and Tony are ready.
Anyways.
Hey, we're moving on. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yes.
This shouldn't take very long.
Tony,
It's
I'm not a homer.
Yes, Super Bowl star, then talk. What was the same, Marquise?
What is your predictions and your for your Tampa Bay Buccaneers? This be easy.
Honestly, I want to get back to Super Bowl or NFC Championship because of what happened last year. Rams almost choked it away. We could have beaten them, but here's what it is.
First off, you shouldn't have even been that close. The number 12 got you that damn close with the way he is. What you mean?
You had him for 20 years. It's all right. Anyways,
no, I'm telling you, that's the reason why you were that damn good, and made that comeback because of him. What you mean?
Well, it should have won. But anyways, back to Marquise. I want to get back to the NFC Championship. I want to rematch against the Rams. Honestly, I want to see if he can stay up. If Brady can stay up, because I've been hearing the injuries lately, and I've been hearing ESPN's panicking already. Can Brady stay up? Is he going to be okay? Yada, yada, yada.
ESPN's not credible anymore.
I think Tampa, we're probably winning the South again. Well, unless
you are going to win the South this year.
I'm not trying to be a homer about it, but still.
No, y'all win the South. Y'all win the South.
It has nothing to do with homer if it's obvious, bro.
If it's obvious, then yeah. Listen, it's okay. It's okay.
That's like Buffalo saying are probably going to win the AFC East. No, you're going to win the AFC East. It's like you're going to win the NFC South. Stop it. Like, go ahead.
Maybe the thing is how easy it's going to be or not, but they're still going to win it.
Right. Is it going to be easy? I doubt it, because, again, New Orleans is New Orleans. They've owned us for decades. The Falcons, they'll just blow leads like always. The Panthers, they don't even know who the hell their quarterback is. And unlike Minnesota, we actually know how to get the job done and not blow shit. That's a different story for another day. So I think our ceiling maybe 11, and the floor maybe 5 games.
This is a Manhattan Land through train.
All right.
Maybe.
If you're going on if Brady goes down finally, that's what your premise is for the 5?
Yeah, if he goes down, we're fucked. He goes down,
we're making sure. Okay.
Tulio.
I think, as much as crap as I've given him all this time, for you to tell your wife you're gonna play after you say you're gonna retire after all these years and you're still playing.
Oh, here we go.
Sit her ass down and to play. Yo, I gotta give him props for that. And his father said, "You're gonna drag that man off the field." It really came down to the very end when Tom didn't have anybody to throw to, and he's still finding ways. So with that said, Turks wins, and
Oh, he's about to go on the ground soon. I think that's why that's happening.
Yeah.
I heard Prospect Avenue. Sorry, New York talk, guys. My bad.
Yeah.
That's probably why he's messing up. So he's about to go on the ground. So I mean, he's gonna be gone for a while.
Yep.
Oh my God, the chain actually. I see it.
No, he's on. He's on. I know he is. Yeah.
You can't hear me anymore.
Can anyone hear him?
So
Can't hear him.
I'll go quick on the Tampa Bay thing. Their schedule actually isn't easy though, but you have Tom Brady,
Yeah.
so you'll be all right. I still think they're gonna win about 12 games or so, and they're
All right.
now okay because you bring up a decent point about if the man finally at this point goes down after 6 millennia of being in the NFL. Will
Okay.
it finally go down? So if he's okay, you will win 12 games, and I'm not even gonna give you a damn floor. But
All right.
if he does go down, we have very interesting scenarios to see what happens. It all depends when, of course. So if he does go down, the floor is probably who the hell is their backup? Who's their backup?
The backup is Kyle Trask and Blaine Gabbert. I don't trust Blaine Gabbert for shit. I really don't.
Gabbert's still in the freaking league?
Yes. Yeah, he's with Tampa.
He's still in Tampa? Oh my God.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he's still with us. Sadly.
Oh my God.
So trash.
Kyle Trask.
story.
Oh my God. Bro, I don't even know what to say.
Blaine Gabbert.
It's Tom. He ain't gonna get her. Be fine. I'm gonna leave y'all to. I'm gonna leave it like that.
Don't
He's
do
not
that.
gonna-
I know
Look
you
at
want
him.
to say something.
No, I actually don't know because the fact that those were your backups, everything just sunk. So it's like I don't even know what to say.
Yeah,
But
it's a sinking
I
ship he
know
doesn't
that
know.
man. He's not gonna get hurt. He'll be fine. But you know there are a little bit of offensive line concerns in that team, though. So there are a problem. But he usually gets out the ball in like 0.8 seconds per throw. Anyway, you guys will be all right. That just will affect your playoff stuff, though. So, but for regular season, 12, you guys will be fine. Whatever. I feel like we're wasting too much damn time on this team. To be 100% honest. Let's keep it real at this point.
You're right.
11
Mike
wins.
Evans, Chris Godwin, Julio Jones, and the Falcons kid. I forgot his name.
Russell Gage.
Russell Gage.
Thank you. Like dog. Like, come on, son. Like, let's continue.
Right.
All right.
Like-
Real quick. Ceiling is 12. Their floor is 10. They're gonna make the playoffs. It's simple. It's Tom Brady's on the team. You guarantee 10 wins. At
Okay.
least 10 wins.
Their ceiling is 14. Their floor is 12.
Pass me the spotlight. Tony,
What?
Buccaneers are going 13 wins for the ceiling, my friend. And your floor is 8, my friend.
Okay. All right, cool. All right.
All right,
Green Bay.
The Green.
I'm going
Finally,
West.
the Green Bay Packers.
This team is so interesting.
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna start.
Oh, go
I'm gonna
ahead.
start because I feel like I'm the biggest supporter of this team because everybody swears they're gonna win like 8 games.
I'm one
because
of the biggest supporters too, actually.
yeah, like because it's absolutely fucking ridiculous because their line doesn't matter, their running backs doesn't matter, their defense, who's might be top of the fucking league, doesn't matter. Their coach, who literally averages 13 wins a season, doesn't matter. Just because they don't have diva ass receivers, they're going to automatically drop like 6 games and win only like fucking 7, right? Okay, this new age scientific data shit from everybody really bothers me. It's insane. The only thing that fucking matters is wide receivers. Apparently, it's the only thing. Because if you watch these motherfuckers in these shows, it's absolutely ridiculous. The I can't say my favorite R word. I want to say it so bad. But these bastards, bro, like they get paid so much money to talk about shit, and they sound so dumb. It's insanity. This defense is going to be so wonderful. They're gonna 20 points like or less. They're gonna average this season. It's gonna be great. Their running back tandem is one of the best in the NFL. Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. Those guys are great, and that line is great. They're getting Bakhtiari back in the left tackle position. They're gonna be fine. Remember, they have young kids at receiver. I get it. I really do. I honestly understand it. But I mean, there's 17 games, not 4. Like they're gonna develop, right? Like that's gonna happen. They have Randall Cobb, who knows the system like the back of his hand. He's been playing with Aaron Rodgers almost damn near basically his entire career. They have a mentor there. And Lazard is there. They have a mentor to learn. And from what I'm hearing, Romeo Dobbs, I think that's the second receiver they drafted, he's actually kicking ass. So, I mean, like, for all I know, he might break out week 1 and actually beat Minnesota by himself, for all he knows. So, I mean, that team will be fine. I don't understand this whole. It's not just the people; it's the league themselves. This fixation. Everybody has to have like 6 receivers in the team to be good. I don't know where that shit came from. I don't get it. I don't understand it, and it bothers me. Like this last Super Bowl was a complete anomaly of that. That's the first time that I can remember where both teams actually had good wide receivers and actually went off. Because beforehand, you don't really need great ones; you need reliable ones. Being great and being reliable are 2 different things. And all you needed at that before last year, at least, was reliable. So I don't know where all this bullshit came from. It's like one good thing happens, and then people have to milk that shit. Oh, they have a receiver. See, I told you need it. That was once, bitch. Could you calm down? Calm down.
Goddamn.
The green, no, because that's what bothers me. This I actually like PFF, but the motherfuckers, they like poisoning people's mind with this receiver bullshit. I don't get it. Let me relax. I'm gonna go Green Bay Packers. Their ceiling is 12. Their floor, I will say, is 9. If their receivers completely suck the whole season, Aaron Rodgers says "fuck you, little bastards," and doesn't want to play football anymore, then there's your 9 games. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I like 12 is the thing. I like them winning 11 personally. Thought the entire season and winning the division, but I think their ceiling is 12. They'll be fine. Green Bay will be fine. Matt LaFleur's a good coach. If people didn't know that, I'm done.
Alex, go ahead, Alex.
All right, so elephant in the room. Devontae Adams not there no more, but they'll be all right. Again, Joe Barry has actually done a great job with his defense. He turned Devontae Campbell to an all-pro linebacker last year, and even though I've always liked Devontae Campbell, but he never really had a fair opportunity in Atlanta or in Arizona. But
all right, I'm on iPad now. Should be no excuses.
Right,
we got you.
Man.
But back to what I was saying. Yeah, so the defense I think is gonna be one of the best units in the league. Love Rashawn Gary. Elijah Alexander says he was a rookie. And Aaron Rodgers, I feel like Green Bay might struggle early, but as the season goes on, they're gonna find their groove and they're gonna, do what they do during the regular season, and they probably lose San Francisco in the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers.
RELAX.
Relax.
It may be relax.
Also, love AJ Dillon. I feel like I don't see those like pure power backs anymore, and I'm not gonna lie to you, the guy's a tank. But ceiling 13, floor go to 11.
Yeah. Tulio.
All right. He mentioned AJ Dillon. I watched that man play against when he was playing with Boston College. He played against Iowa in the Pinstripe Bowl. You know what the Pinstripe Bowl is, you Bronx people.
Of course.
It was freezing. That game was 24-21. They have their third string running back should be Tyler Goodson. I call him the good son. I predicted him to be a first-team All-American. He wasn't a first-team All-American, not even close. But I have high hopes for him. Aaron Rodgers, the guy he has that talent. And also, you don't think this man is upset that he lost? That he's been losing these last few years?
Yeah, I think he's losing San Francisco already.
And John Elway lost his first 3 Super Bowls. So it's only a matter of time before this man, before he gets over that damn hump. Because he's got those backs. And like we said, those receivers, you don't know what he's doing with those receivers. They're probably practicing day and night. Raymond Berry and Johnny Unitas used to practice in the dark, running their freaking routes trees. Like, we don't know what the hell Aaron Rodgers is doing with these receivers, but I'm just saying I'm not going to count out Rodgers until he's gone. He could make some things happen. So I'm going to go their The ceiling is 13 wins. The floor is 11. It's Aaron Rodgers, man. Like, I don't see why not.
People was crazy, bro. People was crazy.
All right. So
I don't see why not.
Tony.
Here's my thing with Rodgers. He needs another Super Bowl ring. I'm gonna start there.
What'd I just say? What'd I just say?
I know what you just said, but still. I mean, the dude's gonna probably get in the Hall of Fame. We all know this. But some people believe he'll get him, but can he get another ring? Devontae Adams is gone. What does he got to work with now?
Jesus.
What did we just say? You deaf?
To him. This dude, damn, Jesus Christ.
Damn, you deaf?
I'm not deaf. I'm being a smart ass about it. Anyways.
Goodness gracious.
That's up to Aaron Rodgers, what he works with. That's the answer.
That's another thing with Rodgers. He's good in the regular season, but can he get back to where it matters, Super Bowl?
We ain't talking about that. That's different. We're talking about over and under for the season. I ain't talking about that because we want to talk about playoffs. I'll start my jokes right now.
No, we have usually towards the end of the regular season we do that show.
All right. So the ceiling maybe
you gotta wait
13.
like 25 weeks for that.
Anyways, maybe their ceiling 13 wins, maybe. Their floor, maybe 5 losses.
So
5 wins.
That's 12.
That's 12 wins.
Yes.
Okay, so it's basically gonna be good. Okay, cool. Cesario.
Oh God.
The Green Bay Packers.
Oh Lord.
My arch rivals.
Just speak, you darn moron.
My arch rivals. Ceiling, I have them winning 12 games, and floor, 8 games.
Okay. Sounds about right. How did you went? I don't remember.
I was up to you.
Okay, I forget. My bad.
I said 13 ceiling, floor 11.
Okay. So that is the NFC. Not too bad. Just under 3 hours. We did pretty good.
We're not done.
We're not done yet?
No.
Oh, we're not done yet.
Storylines.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cut you guys off.
You know we did this a week ago, right? In front of the conference.
You're right.
This motherfucker right here. Trying to cancel shit early.
My bad. So what are questions, bud?
Storylines.
Okay. Storyline for the NFC?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go first. One of my main storylines for the NFC is Green Bay. Green Bay.
You went cheap with it, huh? Because you just finished them?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm going to say Green Bay.
We're going that route.
It was 2 straight off seasons of drama from one man. Okay? At a certain point, it's time for Aaron Rodgers to pay the piper. They did everything they did by you. They paid you. They gave you your money. It's to the point where they let Devontae Adams go. It's time to pay the piper. You need to result. You need to produce for these people, for this franchise. Okay, losing in the playoffs is not going to cut it for them. It never did, but it's time to pay the piper. Put your money where your mouth is, Aaron Rodgers.
That's a lot of money too.
It is a lot of money.
Here's one. The AFC is usually dry, cut in stone. For the NFC, who's going to be the teams that step up and actually make the playoffs this year? Because outside of the division winners, for the most part, everything is wide open. Who is going to come in and actually take the spots? Last year, we had an injury-riddled San Francisco who somehow still got a wild card spot. When by like October, most people were like, yeah, they're not going to do nothing. And then we have an Arizona Cardinals team who out of nowhere went like 10-2 or something like that before they did their usual Arizona stuff. But those are your 2 teams who out of nowhere, and Philadelphia who took the wild card spot. Those wild card teams came out of nowhere. No one, no one.
Philly started like 3-6.
Yeah, no one thought those 3 were going to be in the playoffs. Who is it going to be this year for the NFC? Wide open, the wild cards this year. Wide open. Because it's so top heavy. So top heavy this year. So who is it going to be? That's a big storyline for everybody to follow. It's going to last the whole season. Who are going to be 5, 6, and 7 seeds for the NFC?
Was that a rhetorical question, or you just said a question? You want to answer that right now?
No, you want to answer. You want to put guesses up to you. We're going to do a show for that in 2 weeks.
Oh, you're right.
But I mean, but that's the storyline. You have one? Go ahead.
Who wins the tank for Bryce Young and CJ Stroud?
Atlanta.
I can ask.
Seattle?
Is it going to be in this conference? We're assuming it is.
Oh yeah.
What if it isn't?
Oh yeah.
What if it's not? It's the NFL, buddy. Who said?
I said.
We're guessing. We already said it. I think you said the same thing. It's going to be Chicago, but at least being the first number on pick.
No, because from what I could think of for the AFC, I don't think there's anybody that has a gaping need at quarterback that has a first round pick that I could think of.
Maybe Houston.
Davis
Mills sucks, because if he sucks, then they're going to be number one overall pick. So
I'm going to say maybe Houston, but that's like the only one I can think of, because everybody else either doesn't have a first round pick in Miami or has a quarterback.
No, but that's a good one. Who's in the Bryce Young sweepstakes?
Okay.
Just we're assuming the NFC is going to be that garbage. They'll be the number 1 or number 2 overall picks of the NFC. So,
okay.
All right. This probably will be the place of coaching. Will the carousel start here? Because we have Dallas, who might have a coach in the hot seat. We have Carolina, who will be on the hot seat. We have Seattle, who will be on the hot seat. Washington,
Arizona.
That will be a surprise because they did re-sign him. But who said we've seen crazy stuff like that before? So that could be something. So a lot of teams who might have a new coach out in the NFC after this season. Is this going to be the conference where that starts, or somewhere else?
You can even include the Giants in that, because they're the type of franchise to fire a coach after 1 year.
Yeah, they've done it 3 times in the last 4 years.
That'll be pathetic if that happens. And a little funny. Another one, the Los Angeles Rams and Matthew Stafford. Was that a hoax, or are you actually decent? Is your elbow okay, or are you going to fall off a cliff? Are we going to see old Detroit Stafford and derail this team? Something. And another obvious one, is this the final year of the greatest football player to have ever lived in Tom Brady? Is this it?
I'm convinced.
Are you actually going to stay retired this time, or what? What was it going to be after the season?
I'm convinced I'm going to die before he retires at this point.
Jesus Christ.
So I see Sully. I see you talking about. I hear you, brother. You promised us, bro. That was going to be the end of the technical difficulties, brother. Come on, man. What's up?
He technically didn't promise that. He said it should.
Oh, you're right. My bad. I apologize. He can't hear me now because he's not here. There he goes.
I don't know what's going on. I really don't.
There you go.
Point. I don't know what the hell's going on, but Tom is gonna be. He's gonna have to be body bagged out the league.
It feels that way at this point.
They're gonna have to destroy him so bad that he can't walk anymore. That's how bad it's gonna have to be.
He's addicted.
I don't think I have anything else for story. There's a lot more in the AFC. Oh, Detroit. Did they actually turn a new leaf, or was the coach just all talk? There's another one.
San Fran, that quarterback situation.
Oh yeah, duh. I can't forget about that.
San Fran.
Will John Lynch be having a job after the season because he did everything for that little bastard?
The little bastard.
So yeah, because the dude played it's like he played 3 minutes of football his whole life, and they traded everything for him to be a 3rd overall pick. So he better be good at it. That's all I got. So now, very quickly around the room, who's gonna break out and who is going to fall off a cliff? You are not allowed to say Detroit for the breakout because that's too easy, and you are not allowed to say Arizona because that's too easy for the fall off the cliff. Those are easier than Tennessee for the last thing. We know Detroit's gonna be better, and we know our Cardinals are gonna. So those 2 teams are X. You gotta pick somebody else.
Oh, I have a perfect one.
Go ahead, do you
fall off? I'm gonna Dallas, easy.
Oh damn!
I couldn't X out everybody. So
a close second was the Bears, because because they somehow won 5 games.
0.
Exactly. But for breakout, everything is set in stone for the most part, though. That's the tricky thing about it. I'm just gonna say Philly because they just won the division this time.
Okay.
My fall off, and I think will be 0-17. The Seattle Seahawks, the Shithawks. I think they're gonna fall off the cliff to the point where it's gonna force this man to retire. It's gonna get really ugly because you have Geno Smith and Drew Lock as your quarterbacks. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty bad.
Or Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh yeah, either way, it's gonna be ugly. Poor guys. But as far as my breakout, I am going to say Philadelphia.
Can we cheat with it? Got it.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah. All right. Anybody else?
Man, y'all took 2 really good teams. Like I don't have any other teams than that. Those are the teams I was gonna pick. Yeah, I was gonna say Seattle, obviously, and breakout, obviously.
Okay, hit me the spotlight.
All right, go ahead, Cesare. Go ahead.
Okay, my team that's gonna fall off the cliff is gonna be, of course, Chicago.
Okay.
All right.
And the breakout is my buddy here's Buccaneers.
Okay.
They're gonna go undefeated.
That's not Brady as possible.
They won 13 games already. So how much better can they possibly fucking get? Yeah.
Again, that's not Brady. It's possible.
17-0. The first person to do it twice. Okay.
I say 15 wins. That's how much better they can do.
Okay.
Jesus Lord.
Anybody else?
I think it's Tony.
Yeah, Tony. Yeah.
The team that's probably going to fall was probably Seattle or Houston. Let's be honest.
Houston plays in the AFC. This is the NFC side.
No, I'm thinking something else. I think honestly, Seattle's going to fall off.
He's a douchebag. Don't worry about him.
It's not a douchebag. You have another question. Answer the question correctly. Is what I'm saying.
See, he's a douchebag. Don't worry about him.
No.
Anyways.
Trevor,
anyways.
You sounded mad condescending. I'm proud of you.
Seattle's probably going to fall off. The Rise, if it all goes right for them, maybe Minnesota, if it all goes right.
That's a gigantic if.
Well, it's Minnesota. They'll find a way to screw it up.
Of course.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's it, right? Well, we want to thank you all for joining us for the NFC review show. We thank Tony Dale, Cesario, Alex of Sports Dynasty Basketball, Tulio, our new friend, the new friend of the show, Smoking Jeremy B. We got Skull Johnson in the house. We appreciate you all for joining. Richard Patton, thank you as always. Deontay, thank you for coming on. We got an exciting show coming up. Another 2 weeks from now. Big prediction show. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you for being part of us. Make sure you continue to share on the group and post in the group. It's football season. So that means you can post whatever you want on the group as long as it's sports related. You can post your Vikings on that shit. You can post your Buccaneers on it. Even your damn Cowboys. You can post anything you want in there as long as it's sports, and we will. Yeah. Now, other than that, we appreciate you all.
And stand your ground. Don't be like Kevin Durant.
Let's go Vikings. Beat everybody's asses.
Hey, Cesario, get a Super Bowl ring, then you can talk about beating people. Get a ring first, then talk.
Anyway, we gotta see you soon. Thank you all, and we will keep in contact with y'all. Peace, love, and applesauce.
See you.
See you later.